Welcome! Wow! Hello. Hi. How is everyone?
Fantastic.
Doing well so far.
All right. Well, I'm happy to see you guys here for the inaugural episode. Hopefully our volume levels are lovely. I hope.
Hold on. I should probably look.
I think we're okay.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. We're
fine.
This is our first.
I think me and Z are backwards though.
Oh.
That would be true.
Wow. Isn't that crazy how that happened? This is an espionage game, though. You never know.
Did you switch us characters?
You'll peel the face off in a minute. Don't worry. We'll be switching over to here. Ha!
Like the last one.
See, there we go. Look at that.
Nice.
Presto changeo. That was some secret agent nonsense right there. So, as I did say, yes. Welcome once again, ladies and gentiles, monkeys and reptiles, boys and girls of the appropriate ages, to Top Secret, the Berlin Protocol. I've been looking forward to this. So, we're gonna dive right in. First, I do want to give a shout out, of course, to Skull Splitter Dice, our wonderful hosts, the metal dice that just will absolutely test your metal if you step on one, and you can use it to brain your annoying significant other if they test your metal. Be sure to get a set and get a second one for me. Maybe I'll be your significant other. On a much more serious note, I do want to go ahead and real quick just throw this out there. You may notice that I am remarkably hairless. That is because it is No Shave November. I do this every year in November as a act of solidarity to promote suicide awareness and male mental health. I do actually raise money.
I didn't even notice that you were hairless until now.
You'll be seeing this grow in all month long, but
Nice.
I do raise money for charity, but I do this more for awareness than money. So all I'm going to say is check on the people you care about. Make sure they're okay. So, exactly. So without much further ado, I will say welcome to the Berlin Protocol. Here we are, 1984, Berlin. You guys, in each of your abstract walks of life, your secret covers out in the world, have been living your day-to-day lives, seated in just normal-looking people doing normal-looking things, until the whispering key goes off, activating you and sending you into action. I'm going to put a picture of it there. The whispering key. So, we're going to start at my top left. Proxy. What were you doing at the moment of your activation?
Honestly, she was probably just coding, the basic IT job.
On her Commodore 64.
Sure. in a big computer company.
Like
I know it's a
Commodore.
very big oversimplification, but it's 1984.
She could have been working for Apple at that point, let's be honest.
You know what? You know what she could have. Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Was Apple in London?
Apple was everywhere.
Apple was everywhere. Yeah. As soon as she got the coded protocol, she basically just told her boss that she was going on vacation and did not give him any time to deny the request and left.
Nice. Love it. I love it. All right, so we're going to go around to the clockwise. Muse, Rosary. What was Our Lady of the Iron Underpants up to?
So she was in confession.
Oh.
When she got her call, and being the good nun that she is, tried to not, I don't know, lose character, but she wanted to be like, yeah, I'm a sinner, peace, I'm out. But she didn't. She didn't do that at all. But she was probably, I will say, she was in the middle of confession.
Okay.
When she got it, and then it's easy to kind of lose yourself in a place that's supposed to be silent anyways, in like the convent and in church halls and stuff. So she would have, quietly exited and sort of disappeared out the back.
Right.
Like,
right.
Bye. See you later.
Peace, I'm out.
It's more like this person is confessing their sins, and then you're just like, oh yes, you're forgiven, child. Okay, bye.
Yeah. Hail Marys, gotta go.
The Son, the God, and the Holy Spirit, whatever.
All right. Well, Smoker, what were you doing?
In a French kitchen, Renard was sharpening knives, smoking, and when the key chimes, he just stabbed the knife in the cutting board and took off his apron and bus. So I'm going on vacation. And
Oh,
he
you
left.
did the same thing Proxy did.
All right.
Peace.
So that works. You guys leave your individual lives behind barely even time to lock the door on your way out, grabbing only the bare essentials as you've been trained to do, which will be the inventory on your characters. You are immediately gone to your nearest airport on a private plane that is chartered by the Crimson Shadows Agency. Each of you individually is landed in Berlin, where you meet for the first time at the airport. You guys each have a whispering key kind of hanging off your belt loop or something, and that's kind of how you notice each other. It's a very unique little item. People don't usually carry key fobs in the 80s. So I will pick up from here in the busy East Berlin airport.
Proxy's not actually doing that. Imagine. Hello. No.
I mean, so Viridian is obviously not going to be in her habit. Let's just. That's her day job. But she'd be, in regular street attire. But she wouldn't be getting off a plane because she's actually in Germany. So she would be coming into the airport, kind of perusing international flight gates and such. And she'd have kind of her rosary hanging out of one pocket and her key fob hanging out of the other to kind of not draw attention, but put it out there, like prostitution. Put it out there, don't draw attention.
Not prostitution.
For those of you at home, she's not prostituting. She's just using that as an example.
I am.
Surprised as her first example, but let's go.
All right. So yeah, the rest of you land, and we'll say you guys kind of you meander about, inconspicuously, and eventually make your way to a small snack stand where you converge.
We goes to get a coffee.
Coffee, way to go.
Yeah.
Are we waiting for anybody else?
Sipping her coffee, Proxy, she looks around and she goes, honestly, at this point, if it's just us, then holy shit, I can't speak right now. If it's only us that's managed to gather, then I guess it's just us.
So I'm assuming you two are in the cafe and Viridian is near you. It's not you guys
fine.
just think.
Yeah,
okay.
We met somewhere close, to a snack stand or something. Or we went to go get food.
Yeah.
That certainly works.
Do we know what the mission is, or do we just know where to meet up?
No, you were supposed to gather in Berlin, and at which point the key would reveal the location of the safe house you're supposed to go to. But not until everyone is together.
With our powers combined. Got it.
Yes.
Power of friendship.
Power of electronic chimes coming from a key fob.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. Viridian's not really going to say anything. She's going to be more observant. I mean, she has been in the convent for quite a few years. So she's just more observing, but she's not being rude. But she wants to make sure she sees everything that's going on around her, too.
Okay. Do you move in close, into to where you kind of overhear them?
Yes.
Okay. So as you get within range, all three of your key fobs begin to dit out this little Casio keyboard style tune.
I guess in Proxy's case it would be more like a vibration because she's hearing impaired.
Yeah, that works. It's keyed into her hearing aid.
Oh yeah, you know what? Perfect. I love that. Yeah. Okay.
Well, it looks like we are all together then.
Looks like it. We should probably get going then.
Mhm.
She takes the coffee with her. She orders another one for the road.
So
She's like, I'm gonna need this.
as you guys are kind of recognizing each other, at least facially, you know, like, okay, it's the three of us then, because the key fob would give poor Rosary away.
Oh, poor Rosary.
I can see her back. No. At the moment that happens, the radio that's playing at the snack shop breaks into static, and you hear an announcer in German come up and say, "Breaking news. We've just heard about a small incident of a slight gas leak at the location of the warehouses just outside the... I gotta get these words right.
Here we go.
Just outside Checkpoint Alpha in East Berlin. It appears that no one has been hurt. However, the police have cleared the area, and civilians are definitely not being permitted in until the gas leak has been cleared and the source of contamination has been removed. We advise all agents on the scene to get there immediately and see what they can do to clean up this mess. And now the sports.
Oh man. All right, cool. Guess now they know where they're going.
Okay. Who has the car?
Car.
Prox is like,
Let's take a cab.
yeah, let's take a cab. We're fine.
Yeah.
Just starts walking out of the airport with her coffee.
I have a question. Have any of them, like, they've never met each other, they don't know anything about their name, nothing? Like, each other's files or anything, they know nothing?
No. One of the ways that the Crimson Shadows works very well and is so effective is that no Crimson Shadows, aside from the highest echelons of authority within the agency, know anything about any of the others, aside from their own personal handlers and contacts.
That makes sense, I guess. Yeah.
I'm assuming I just give you my codename. I'm Rosary.
She kind of like waves her hand. Proxy.
I am the smoker. Pleasure to meet you, Rose et Proxy. Oh, he's smoking. He's always smoking.
Yeah.
Wait,
Rosary's just
you
like...
guys- yeah, people were allowed to smoke indoors in the 80s.
Yeah, but Rosary
Everywhere.
is still gonna be like, nice to meet you.
She's Proxy's like, let's just go. It's
So-
like, now we know why you smoker.
I will say at the airport is no problem finding a cab. Obviously, no problem whatsoever. You're picked up and relatively quickly. Your luggage, if you have any, or carry-on luggage, is loaded in. The three of you pile into an old sedan, beat up, rusty. It smells like stale cigarettes and body odor. He's listening to a football game on the radio at full blast and barely paying any attention to you guys. An old grizzled German guy. And he's just kind of hunkered down. Like, you can tell he's paying more attention to the radio than you guys or the road, weaving in and out of traffic. But it's like muscle memory at this point. Like, he knows the roads so well. You can tell. It's a little nerve-wracking because he's actually smoking more than the smoker.
I light up a second cigarette.
Oh, no.
Competition.
I'm just like, Brock's just like watching these two have this like unspoken smoking competition. Like, I can't give silence.
So he takes you to where you want to go. You tell him about the warehouses, I assume. Is that where you're headed?
Yes, yeah.
If they have a clearing area though, because she's lived in Germany for a while, she's gonna say like maybe 2 blocks before,
Okay.
just to like
It's right outside the Alexanderplatz, which is just big, kind of plaza type
Yeah.
area.
Okay.
So that'd be fine. Yeah, he'll drop you off at the Alexanderplatz, and you can walk from there. Okay. So you get out of the Alexanderplatz as evening is falling. Snow is on the ground. It's biting cold. It's kind of midwinter. Slush, it's wet air. You know, the humid, cold, nasty weather that everyone hates so much. So you guys kind of pull your jackets in close, or if you're wearing them.
I'm glad to visit Berlin at
Are
the
you
best
immune
time
to
of
the
year.
cold, though? You're fine.
It's fine. You're agents. But yeah, so night falls over Berlin as you're making your way down through the Alexanderplatz and into the warehouse district, and you converge to the area that you're talking about. It is a very nondescript area. It's just drab, gray, corrugated metal, cinder block warehouses. They all look the same. You see the graffiti-covered walls, chain link fences that kind of go around them. And as you go through the dim streetlights that cast the long shadows along the walk that you're on, you kind of see like some hidden within the graffiti, some of the telltale signs of what you know to be symbols pointing you in the direction of the safe house, the rendezvous point. And then as you come around the corner, you see it. The seemingly nondescript warehouse. It's covert facility, as you know it to be, hidden beneath layers upon layers of urban camouflage. It looks like it's been abandoned for years in this labyrinthine warehouse district. There's nobody else on the streets at all. It's really quiet. As you come up to the gate, you see that it is locked. It appears to have a keypad entrance.
Do we know the key?
I
Do
would
we know
assume
the
it's-
passport?
I would assume it's tied to our whispery keys.
It's a 3-digit passcode. If you watch. We just know one number. We have to figure out which is what.
Are any of the numbers on the keypad faded from overusage?
Oh, very smart thing. I tell you what, you look a little close, and you notice that the numbers themselves look like they've never been pressed at all. They have dust on them. No grease stains or smear marks or even like wear signs. None of them. However, the corners on the right-hand side of the box that they're on do show signs of wear, as though it's been pried open repeatedly.
Yeah, I think Smoker's gonna try to just open it.
Right?
Just force it open.
You open it up, and inside there is one single pad. And
Ooh.
as you open it, your fob, the whispering key, goes off and goes da 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 da.
Sound like Morse?
It certainly sounds like it.
Like short, long.
Da da
Put your
Da-da-da-da.
key to it.
da da da.
She's telling the French guy to do it. She's like, I'm not gonna try this. Put your key to it.
He puts his key to it, because why not?
All right, you hear the magnetic locks of the gate unlock.
I'll see you at the Smith one then.
Well, I'm not French, so.
You've got
She didn't say
right.
that. I said that. We've been teasing him the whole time. I'm sorry.
So, the chain link gate just slides open with this creaking, slow, horrible sound, just squeaking, rusted nastiness, and you're just kind of like, hair standing up on the back of your neck. It opens up into a kind of like a caged-in chain link corridor that leads to a very unassuming door at the edge of the warehouse.
Ooh.
Let's go to this unassuming door.
Okay.
Let's go. Woo.
All right. So
Is it locked?
It appears to be, yeah. Once again, there is another keypad, though.
Well, you know she's going to look for the same thing. Like, is there any wear and tear
Same place.
on the numbers?
Same
It's
place.
the same deal.
He's gonna open it up.
Yeah.
Seems to be
So now,
Proxy-
ladies. What of you?
Sorry, go ahead.
It's just gonna be like
as you open it, you said you open it?
I open it. Yep.
Okay, as you open it, this rectangular pad slides out on a hinge. And on it, you see the shape of a hand.
Perhaps only you ladies can volunteer your hand for this one.
Proxy's gonna
Yeah,
put her hand
no.
down.
All right, put your hand on.
Yeah.
Rosary's like, no.
A small trace of light goes up and down across the bottom of it. And then it slides back in, and the door shuts, and you hear the lock disengage.
There we go. Assuming 2 out of 3.
The next one will be yours, Rose.
No.
So, you open it up.
Yes.
Everything explodes! No, I'm just kidding.
Darn it, got caught.
that was a quick game. No.
Thank you. That was wonderful.
So, as the door opens, you step into a dimly lit corridor. And the first thing you notice is this hum of electronics. It's a very definitive sound. You can hear it. The
Proxy
fluorescent...
just kind of like inhales, exhales. Good to be home.
The fluorescent overhead casts that typical kind of cold, pale glow over the room, accentuating the stark contrast of the shadows and light, making you look and feel like you're about 10 years older because fluorescent lights are evil. Inside, you see a large conference table, polished to a reflective shine, surrounded by ergonomic chairs. The walls are lined with framed commendations and black and white photographs. And the atmosphere inside, you can feel this kind of charge in the air, this mix of tension and anticipation. Inside, you see older, she's probably late 30s woman, exuding this air of authority. She's got a kind of a white shirt with the buttons opened up a little bit and the collar popped up. Her hair is kind of brushed back and messy, but at the same time it looks well done, if that makes any sense.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Was baby's hair? Yeah.
Yeah, she turns and looks at you, and she just has this real sharp, stern demeanor to her gaze. By her side, leaning casually, is a guy who's kind of in an open, like, windbreaker with a polo shirt under it, smoking a cigarette with sunglasses on. He's mid-30s, got kind of 5 o'clock shadow, real laid-back demeanor. And they're all just kind of looking at you. And as they do in the back, you see this very attractive younger woman kind of pop up from behind like a pile of computers and like look at you guys. These big kind of piercing blue eyes that stand out. She looks very calm and composed. More curious than anything. She kind of looks you over, waves, and then pulls her headset back on and goes back to what she's doing. The blonde woman motions to the seats.
Proxy waves right back.
The blonde woman motions to the seats. Agents.
Yep. She's gonna take a seat
Madame.
and sort of like plop herself unceremoniously in the chair, and she just goes, "Sup, madam?"
I think I just showed you a picture of her.
Did you?
You did.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah.
There she is.
You know what? Smoker's gonna pull a chair for Rosary.
Oh, that's very nice.
Oh.
Didn't have time to do it for Proxy.
No, Proxy is an independent woman who don't need no man.
Because there's witnesses, Rosary's going to be nice and just take the chair. So.
Because there's witnesses.
No, I mean,
not gonna
she's
take the chair and whip it at him.
no. She's gonna politely take this seat, but she's still gonna look the chair, not in like a way like, are you pulling out my chair? But like, she doesn't trust anything, so she's kind of giving the room and the chair and everything a glance before she sits down.
Okay. So as you do, and Renard, I assume you take your seat as well.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, you sit down around the polished table. The woman, in all of her aura of authority, stands at the head of the table, her gaze just kind of piercing through the low light. She takes a moment to survey each one of you, and she begins to speak. She says, "Welcome, agents. I trust you understand the gravity of the situation. Your activation is never meant to be taken lightly." You can kind of hear this kind of edge.
For sure, yeah.
She's got this edge of urgency under her voice. You can kind of, it's like she's nervous.
Let us not waste time with the pleasantries, yes?
I see they've chosen well. Good. Listen, there's a legend among our people. Agent Cerberus. You may or may not have heard of them. Chances are you haven't, because they were that good. Anyway, Cerberus was one of our best. A brilliant operative who once exemplified the very essence of loyalty and skill in everything that our agency stands for. They're a master of disguise and have infiltrated some of the most impenetrable organizations with ease. As she speaks, a holographic screen flickers to life at the center of the table. Just blip, blip, blip. And you see Cerberus's dossier, an image of this chameleon-like agents morphing through a series of identities and disguises, showcasing the breadth of their capabilities. The hologram zooms in on a few notable highlights from the dossier. Just past missions and successes, things that you've heard about in whispers, and could pick up as an agent from hearing news and seeing headlines. She continues on and tells you that Cerberus's dossier is a testament to their unparalleled skill set. They've successfully extracted hostages from enemy strongholds, disrupted covert operations, even managed to penetrate the inner circles of multiple intelligence agencies. Their expertise in cryptography and counterintelligence made them an invaluable asset. At this point, the little slick guy with the sunglasses and smoking, he interjects. He says, yeah, their proficiency in encryption was second to none. Hell, Cerberus cracked codes that stumped the best analysts we had for months. They were a code breaker of unmatched caliber. It was radical.
I cannot help but notice you saying "was" a lot.
Colonel Storling nods in acknowledgement to what you just said, kind of grim-faced at the sound of it. She gives a heavy
Roxy
sigh.
Has a good idea of what's gonna happen next. She's over here thinking, this dude is no longer part of our organization. And I think she thinks this. She thinks this though. She doesn't say it out loud. She's kind of like leaning back in her chair and like with her arms crossed behind her head. She doesn't look like she cares, but she does.
Okay.
Like she's very attentive otherwise.
Oh no, that's good.
I should say Smoker probably is standing like military kind of posture.
Oh, he's standing. He ain't even.
No, he's sitting military. Like he's sitting very,
Oh.
very straight, very much
Smoking.
paying attention.
While
to-
Proxy's just like
Sterling.
probably got her fucking feet up on the table. Like casual computer girl look.
Well, she gives a heavy sigh at the thought, and it kind of almost confirms what you're thinking, Proxy.
Yeah.
Just the weight of that sigh. And she says, but, well, their loyalty has wavered. There's a trail of evidence that suggests that Cerberus has gone rogue, motivated by something that had to be more than personal gain. It's a betrayal that just defies comprehension, and it, well, not to sound overly dramatic, but it's potentially put the entire world at risk.
She just kind of like puts her head back a bit. She's like, I knew you were gonna say that. I think you're gonna say rogue.
Yeah. And so the other guy, the slick guy, Proxy, he kind of starts talking, and he's standing behind you, which you didn't really see him move. So it's kind of like, ugh. He interjects again. He says, yeah, we traced his disillusionment, their disillusionment, back to a botched operation in Istanbul about, 6 months ago? An asset that was under their care was killed, and Cerberus blamed the failure on our intelligence agency. Just the lack of support is what they were saying. As he says that, you see...
You don't think that's true?
Who are you saying that to?
The Slick.
Sunglasses.
Slick.
Smoker numero deux.
Yeah. He just kind of smiles at you from behind those shades in that classic kind of 80s. And you see, like, the woman, she goes, Agent Donovan, this is a serious matter. And he returns and says, look, Colonel Sterling, I get it. But they deserve to see everything from both sides, right? These are agents. They never know what they're going to encounter out there. And
How close were you guys to Cerberus?
Cerberus worked for us on many occasions. I was a handler for Cerberus on a number of expeditions.
Is that Slick or the woman? I'm sorry, I wanted to...
That's the woman.
Okay.
Colonel Sterling.
Okay.
And did you see his rogueness coming?
No, not like this. Cerberus's disillusionment turned into a vendetta is the most I can make of it. They believe that exposing this thing that they've unearthed, called Project Pandora, will just shatter the foundations of the entire intelligence community and likely world powers alike.
What do we know of this Project Pandora?
That's not entirely clear at this point. It's a bit of a...
Like, raises her hand a little bit. She goes, I got a theory. It involves a box.
Full of all the bad things, yes?
With all the bad things in it. Mm-hmm. Just... That's usually how it goes.
You might be right. There's a very large chance that you might be right.
Very large. She's kind of like finger guns, and then goes back to like her leisure, like
you see the
head.
The dark-haired woman from behind the computers kind of peek over. She's kind of shake her head and go back to what she's doing.
Listen, Akira's super smart, but she doesn't fucking act like it sometimes. I mean, Pandora's butt. Come on.
So, once again, Donovan pipes up. He says, look, we managed to piece together that Cerberus is currently hiding here in Berlin somewhere. Our sources indicate they've established a network of contacts, most likely with the city's criminal underbelly. And as he speaks, you see, say, Colonel Sterling, her eyes just kind of sweeping over each of you. Her determination is just palpable. You can see it, like she's kind of chewing on her jaw.
See that, like, just see it in her jawline, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She goes, look, agents. She puts her hands on the polished table. She picks one back up and kind of... and then wipes the spot where her hand was, and he says, look, your objective is clear. Track down and neutralize Cerberus before they auction off Project Pandora to the highest bidder. These stakes are higher than ever. You don't understand. The fate of nations is resting on this. It's resting on you, on your shoulders. No pressure, right?
So let me get this straight. You have a lifelong agent that was in a mission in Istanbul. Apparently his asset was murdered. At this point, I haven't heard any of you say if you know who murdered them or how it happened. I assume, like most things, the details are vague. But for whatever reason, they then turned against us and are acting in a way that's a self-serving vendetta. And now they are in possession of Pandora's box, which could basically destroy everything. I got all that right?
Sounds about right. And as she does that, she kind of sweeps at the hologram, and it fades, leaving the room kind of in that weird fluorescent semi-darkness once again. And you just feel like as the shadows settle across everyone's face, that the career of this once illustrious agent and the betrayal that follows just kind of reverberates in this quick moment of silence. As her gaze lingers on each of you once more, Colonel Sterling, eyes reflecting a mix of determination and concern. But she gives you a subtle nod, Rosary.
And where did this Project Pandora come from? Where did he found it? Was this part of a mission he had? Something he did on the side?
The information on Pandora is very scarce, unfortunately. Our latest intelligence reveals to us that Cerberus's last known whereabouts, at least, were traced to a secret safe house deep here in the heart of East Berlin. It's a location that they must have considered secure at some point, but as you know, since going rogue, that safe house has been compromised. Reports indicate that agents from another unknown agency, an independent, a group that operates outside of our alliances anyway, managed to track Cerberus down to the safe house. They attempted to intercept Project Pandora, which led to a violent altercation. Unfortunately, they failed to apprehend Cerberus, for us at least. It would have been nice if they just put him down. We could at least have a hot trail to follow, but Cerberus managed to slip through their grasp. Our sources indicate that they may have been injured in the fight, but that's unconfirmed at this point. We don't really have any leads on the other agencies so far. They've been frustratingly elusive, operating beyond our usual reach. And as she says that, the dark-haired woman pops up again and says, "Hey, I'm doing my best here." She goes back to what she's doing.
Do we know where the cell is happening? Or is he trying to offload this Pandora too?
Once again, that's another one in the air. We do know that, considering the chaos that was left in the aftermath of the failed interception, the safe house has been abandoned at this point, but most likely not unnoticed. From what we've gathered, the Stasi, East Germany's secret police, have cordoned off the area and are monitoring all the ingoing, outgoing traffic at this point. Were I you, agents, that would be where I'd start. If any clue as to what Cerberus was planning was left behind, it would have been left behind in the mad dash to get to safety. Cerberus did not have a chance to burn the site, which means there's very likely some type of evidence left behind there. And I would suggest that you get it before either this unknown agency or the Stasi get in there and get it themselves.
And you can't work on this project because
Cerberus
knows who you are.
Because I'm your superior officer, yes. Rosary.
She wasn't saying, just so we're clear, she wasn't saying that flippantly.
No,
she was saying, like, matter-of-factly, and I'm sure she reacted the same way. Like, you can't do it because, you know, they know you, or you have a connection. She's just gonna sort of be like, okay.
Proxy just kind of, like, turns her head a bit to Rosary. She's like, conflict of interest, can't go because of past relations, yada yada. Same old. Yeah, good place to start. She looks at the other two. I say we get going.
Just before we go, one last question from me. What sort of support can you give us in the field?
Limited support. Look, obviously I'll be your handler on this case. You can reach out to me. She kind of slides you a number. She says, memorize that and then destroy it, please.
Proxy, like, she holds her hand out. Give it to me.
She'll hand it to you.
She looks at it for a little bit, And then she'll pull out a lighter and she'll fucking light it on fire.
I did not have time to memorize it.
So, she says, I'll be your handler on this case. Agent Donovan Slick here will be the analyst that'll be able to run information for you should it be needed. And back there, Liv, Agent Taylor, she's our communications specialist. She'll be monitoring all the ingoing, outgoing channels that we can manage to get a hold of. And if any news comes to light, well, you'll be the first that we reach out to tell. You are in the dark on this one. And aside from the bare minimum of contact with us, you're going to be cut loose on the streets of Berlin. As usual, if you're caught, don't come looking to us for help. You don't work for us. We've never heard of you. You've never heard of us. Just, you're going to have to eat it at that point. But then that's the life. So,
Fox is just like, big thumbs up.
And Donovan goes, yeah, so, don't get caught.
Proxy goes, real solid advice there, Slick. She gets up.
I am glad you thought of it.
And as you know, she'll tell everybody what the number is too.
Sure.
I don't know what it actually is.
No, that's fine. We'll say you have it because I know you have the holographic memory.
Photographic memory. Woo! What a great skill.
So, with that said, Colonel Sterling kind of stands up, puts her hands on her hips, and is like, gives you the what are you still doing here look.
Well, Prox has already gotten up. Like, she's ready to go.
Smoker lights a new cigarette before he goes.
There's already a full ashtray in front of where he was sitting.
Oh my god.
Rosary is quietly going to follow, but she's going to give not like a look to the woman, not like anything like a lingering look, not anything like defiant, not anything crazy, just like
that dramatic cinematic just
yeah, kind of just like, and then leave, because like she's thinking like, I'm just not going to say anything that I'm thinking to this woman. She's like, forget this woman, I'm not saying anything else. And you know,
just get
then
the cab,
follow
be
them.
Like, this is fucking weird, right?
Yeah, just like she's gonna. Do they have any doors on the outside or anything going out?
No, it's just the one
Like-
door you came in.
So once they're like outside
Okay.
and like a little bit away, assuming that they are with nothing happening, she's gonna look at Proxy and Smoker and be like, there is way more going on here if a lifelong loyal person to Crimson turned and a vendetta and wants to like take on the world. I just thought I'd say that. Like there's bigger things afoot here.
I'm certain he was, how do you say it, fucked by our company, yes.
Proxy just kind of like snorts a little bit, and she goes, "Yeah, I kind of got that too, but I didn't say anything because you know, she's higher
Still-
up, and we can just keep that to ourselves since they're letting us loose upon Berlin. So let's go."
Still, it would be nice for the world not to end around.
Also that, yeah.
It happens. It happens.
Also Pandora's box. They didn't think what was in it.
People do not have much imagination for these names.
I guess not.
So
She's eating peanuts, by the way. I'm method acting here.
you're good. I could see it.
She found a bag of peanuts.
It was in the snow. Oh look. Peanuts.
No, it was in the meeting room. They don't know how she got it. It's just
So, as you step out into the dimly lit, or out of the dimly lit briefing rooms, and into the evening air of East Berlin, a chill bites through the fabric of your coats, a tangible reminder of the looming winter. The sky hangs heavy with the fading light of mid-October, casting long shadows that stretch across the cobblestone streets. The city beyond is a tapestry of contrasts, a vivid blend of history and tension. woven together by the Cold War's unyielding grasp. East Berlin unfolds before you, a landscape painted with drab colors, stark architecture, and very little color. The towering monolithic structures that line the street bear unmistakable marks of decades-long political division. Graffiti-covered walls tell silent tales of dissent and defiance, while propaganda posters featuring stern-faced leaders serve as constant reminders of the ideology that divides the city. In the distance, the iconic Fernsehturm, the television tower, pierces the sky like a needle, its spherical observatory, perched above the city like an all-seeing eye. Its presence seems to reinforce the sensation that you are being watched, that every step, every gesture is subject to scrutiny. BAM! Visual aids!
Wow! I just realized that Proxy is like probably the only one in the group with like blue hair. She's like the punk sort of style going on, like the 80s punk girl. So,
certainly not the only one in Germany with blue hair at that time, but definitely the only one between us.
Yes.
Yeah, but like compared to the stark, like drab, dim.
She's very colorful
Berlin,
in the scenery.
She's like she's like a pop of color, and she's over here like, man, they need some more colors in here.
Perhaps we could get you a hat.
Proxy looks up at Renard. She's 5'2". So he's just surrounded by short women, I guess. She goes, maybe you need a hat, or like,
it is my suitcase.
More cigarettes. I don't know. Chain smoking ass.
What's wrong with a little bit of smoke?
Yeah. Well,
good for you.
We'll say you begin to navigate the maze-like streets of Berlin, right? And of course, agents, well trained as you are,
absolutely, yeah.
Your senses sharpen to a razor's edge. The sounds of footsteps echo off the austere buildings, amplified by the stillness of the evening. The occasional.
Now, is it only 3 pairs of footsteps?
Yes.
Okay.
The occasional distant hum of a Trabant punctuates the quiet, boxy silhouette passing through the damp streets. That's an old car, by the way, a Trabant.
Yeah.
Totally knew that.
They're nondescript and never seeming to be in full working order, by the way. Very common in East Berlin at the time. Flickering street lamps cast a dim, eerie glow, illuminating the refuse-laden alleyways that twists and turn, concealing secrets that only shadows can whisper. You're acutely aware that you're not alone in this grim world. Furtive figures slip in and out of shadows, their faces hidden beneath the brims of hats or the collars of coats. And as you round the corner, you cannot help but notice an unmarked black sedan idling at the end of an alleyway. Its occupants are hidden behind tinted windows, accompanied by a chorus of crows cawing from a nearby rooftop like a haunting omen.
Proxy just kind of like mutters. She's like, last time I saw this exact scenario. Some bastard was trying to kill me on the other side. With the crows. With the crows.
Are we close to where we're going, or is that just something we're meeting midway there?
It's not a distance. I mean, you could walk. It'd be a decent walk.
Okay.
So, I mean, you've got options. You could walk. You could try to get a cab. You could steal a car.
Like this unmarked black sedan that's idling at the end of the hallway? Is that what you're going for?
Well, I mean, you can do whatever you like. This is roleplay, baby.
YOLO, let's go towards the sedan.
Okay, so, if she can,
okay,
she's gonna try to snatch Smoker's pack of cigarettes. Not like take them, but like in a quick movement, she's gonna like take them and just be like, give me a second. And not shady. Like she's showing him what she's doing and she's grabbing it and basically saying like, give me a second, like trust me.
Give me that.
Like you guys stay here for a second.
Here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna do a sleight of hand because I've got that skill.
Oh,
I'm just gonna make it disappear and then like give you what? I'm sorry.
give me the cigarettes.
He's gonna pull them out from behind your ear if you let him do it.
Oh my. The
Proxy's
thing
like
is, she's
fucking
trying to be slick
snort
about this.
laughing.
You guys suck. So
You can
So
be
she
sweet
takes-
now.
she takes the cigarettes, she pulls one out, she puts it in her hands, she stuffs the box in her pocket, and she starts walking towards the sedan.
Okay.
And how far
Roxy
is
kind
it?
of like leans towards Smoker and she goes, she trying to act like a prostitute?
There's that prostitution again.
She's been doing it since we met her.
What the-
She a hoe.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. And
Holy.
she's gonna walk towards it. Now, if she walks towards it, obviously under the premise of getting her cigarette lit, and she starts to walk towards the car, what's gonna happen? I don't want to make assumptions about the NPCs.
No, you can't see anyone in it because the windows are tinted. It is idling though, suggesting that either someone is in it or nearby.
Yeah.
So you walk up to it.
Yeah, she's gonna tap on the window.
Okay.
And she's gonna hold a cigarette out and in amazingly perfect German ask for a light.
Okay.
Because she got those language skills, yo.
All right. So. Oh, hang on. Where to go?
I think just this time Smoker's gonna leave Proxy alone and go kind of hide on the side just in case.
So
Hi.
you knock on the window, and you hear the squeak, 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 squeak as it rolls down about this far. Just enough for this face to kind of peer out at you. And it's did you go to the driver's side or the passenger side?
She went to the driver's side on purpose.
Okay. So hearing,
Because if you go, well, she can't see inside. If the car is idling, not assuming there's more than one person in the car, she's going to go to the driver's side.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Because somebody would have to be driving it if they're in the car.
That's fair. So yeah, it's an older man with a big, beefy, like Sam Houston mustache, wrinkles,
Love
kind of
it.
balding with a nasty comb over, and he kind of squints at you and in German, kind of almost nervously says, "What do you want?" Oh, you're muted.
I think you're
I'm
muted.
Proxy's gonna hide
Oh
too.
my gosh. It's muted.
Oh, she just freezes like.
So, I mean, she's
I
very,
could get this car.
she's very nonchalant and like kind of like motions to her cigarette and she's like, do you have a light in German? And her German is like really good. It's not something that, unless you had, I don't know, long hours of conversation for her, you wouldn't think she isn't a native.
Okay. So he kind of looks at you, and then you see, not in a lecherous kind of way, but his eyes kind of move up and down you, like he's checking you out, but not trying to be like creepy about it. He's just an old man.
I mean, no, he's being creepy. I mean, it's an old man looking a woman up and down. It's creepy.
But as he does this, you hear a woman from inside, an older woman, and she goes, "Carl, what are you doing?" He said, "She wants a cigarette, Carl. Would you give her a light or tell her to go away? We are not here to proposition the girls of the night."
Womp womp.
So he starts patting his pockets. He eventually, you see this kind of older hand kind of squeeze through the opening of the window. He's trying to light the lighter to light your cigarette.
He is going to try to just like take the lighter, not like steal it just to light it and hand it back, not to like steal anything or like some. But if he's like going like this, she's gonna just, okay, I'll light it. She didn't say it like that and give it back.
As you reach to grab it, you hear the woman from inside. She goes, "Don't touch my husband!"
Can we hear this, like, even in our little...
Oh yeah, you heard that. Don't touch my husband!
And they're like miles away and she's sticking her hand. Oh my god, this is hilarious. She's gonna be like that. Like, she's gonna pluck it and not touch it, light her cigarette and put it back in. And then she's going to say, you're out kind of late and you're not rolling down your windows. It looks to me like you're waiting for someone. She is perfectly content with them thinking she's a hooker, by the way, at this point. To get more information. She's okay with that.
Well, at this point, the woman goes, "Tell her to go away, Carl. Tell her to go." And Carl goes, "Olga, she might know. She doesn't know, but she might know. Carl, you just want to talk to her because she is voluptuous like I once was." Carl goes, "Well,
Once was.
you were never that voluptuous."
Roxy is just like leaning against the fucking brick wall, trying so goddamn hard not to laugh.
You were never that voluptuous, dear. Carl, how dare you? I gave you a son. 30 years of my best life. Well, yeah, I enjoyed every minute of it too, Olga, but that is besides the point. You did not look like this. Anyway, do you know Otto? Maybe Otto. She might know Otto. Do you know Otto?
She's going to like nonchalantly reply, "I know many Ottos."
I bet you do. Anyway, sorry.
That was lecherous.
Look, Otto is my son. He just moves into this part of town. We can't find his apartment.
I'm trying to think of what she'd say next. Like, she doesn't want to proposition him or anything crazy. Yeah, she knows her way around Germany. She hasn't been in Berlin a lot. So they're saying they can't find his apartment or whatever. Oh, offer to help. Would you like me to help?
He kind of shoves this crumpled piece of paper with some scribbling on it at you.
Right in the forehead.
No, she's able to read German. Is it in German?
Yeah.
Okay. And because she has a pretty good internal compass, would she be able to navigate to this address?
An advantage coming into play.
I'll give it to you. With your familiarity with the area and your bird-like internal compass. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll look at it and be like, "Oh, yeah, you missed it by a couple blocks or whatever,
Yeah.
But you'll be able to direct them, point them in the right direction.
Mhm.
Carl will roll the window down a little bit more and reach a hand out. "I just want to say thank you very much. This is very nice."
She carefully shook his hand because she's afraid the wife's gonna jump over and like try to like scratch her eyes out. So she's gonna basically say the equivalent of German, like, "No problem. You're very welcome."
He does the old man kind of as you're kind of pulling your hand away, and his wife's like, "Stop it, Carl! Stop it!" He kind of grazes your knuckle with his lip, but he's content.
Yeah.
My God. Okay.
He's gonna walk back, and she's gonna walk back. She's gonna toss him his pack of cigarettes and immediately put out the cigarette she lit.
Roxy is like in fucking tears right now.
But
Okay,
yeah,
where's the apartment? Let's meet them there. I'll steal the keys and we'll get the car.
you do see the sedan pulling off.
I know we have somewhere to go, and I don't want to suggest we split up, but something tells me that wasn't coincidence. I think somehow their son Otto is involved.
Well, in this line of work, it certainly isn't. It's also
Is
that was
it-
an unmarked car.
Do we know she's a nun? That seemed likely.
No.
She
You
does have the
haven't-
rosary though.
She just has the rosary hanging out of her pocket.
She
You have
could
not
be
seen
a
her in her
very
habit.
Spicy Christian. You never know.
Is it God telling you this?
Did he say, did your gut tell you this, or did
Is-
God tell you
God.
this?
Well, God, but either way, really.
Gut. So let's go with gut.
Listen, this is an address a couple blocks away. They went too far. They and themselves acted slightly shady. And if they're roaming around at night in East Berlin trying to find their son, I mean, you need a map? Like, she's gonna be like,
I know where to go to find one. Well, let's.
she's just gonna kind of be like, why wouldn't you think that possibly isn't connected?
There's a lot going on, Billy. But either way, we can get a car out of these.
This guy is like, this is me saying this. This guy just like wants a car. Like, that's all he's.
Look, I took some driving skills. I want to get to use it.
I want a car. Proxy just kind of shrugs and she goes, well, at the very least, we'll get a car. At the most, maybe we'll find a clue. Let's go.
But not to tear us in two different directions. We also have another scene we need to get to that could be lying cold with clues. So,
You want to go and figure out what's going on in that building, and myself and lung cancer over here can go to that warehouse.
I do not mind. Although it might be strange if they see Rose again. Why would she?
Well,
you're
she's
maybe
full of
assuming
them.
they'll
you can
see
go
me
and
at
get
all.
Maybe you can go and get the black sedan, and me and her will go to the warehouse. You seem to really want the black sedan.
I just think if we're gonna be running around the city, we might as well be driving.
I mean, there's loads of things you could steal. Ironically, in this area, there's not a lot of cars, but occasionally, from time to time, you do see little ratty motorcycles parked outside.
Yeah.
Fine, I
I'll
can
follow
go.
Otto. You guys follow the warehouse. She's just gonna like make an executive decision. So, and she also knows where to go. So it's they, see ya. I'm going to Otto's.
I would probably get lost.
Yeah, because splitting up the party is a great idea, guys.
It's always
So it's
great.
a good idea.
Perfect. Yeah.
I always want
Um,
my place.
She looks up to Renard and she goes, well, do you want to call for a cab? Or do you want to go and steal a bloody car?
It depends if you can get the door open. I can drive the thing, but I'm not specifically good at hot wiring.
She goes, let's go see if we can steal a car.
Alright, so...
Man, gotta love the electronic skill.
you see here. So just to start, let's see here. Bear with me 1 second. I have to pull up my death chart. I mean,
I'm sorry?
nothing. It's fine. No, fine.
you picked that bag. We so dead.
So, if I could get all of you to give me a percentile roll, please.
We.
Oh.
Hold up.
I mean, no.
I was gonna say that's bad,
wow.
but now I'm like, wow, that's good actually. Never mind.
Is it good? Are we
Yes.
doing it the opposite way?
Yeah,
It is
low rolls
opposite.
are what you want in this game.
Because you got
Oh,
high
no.
stats, so you want low rolls.
Oh no.
Still good.
Okay.
My lowest is 43, and I don't think it's strength, so.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Renard, as you guys begin to kind of separate, you in particular, with your sharp, keen senses honed to a razor's edge.
That's the smoking.
Just as you get, you're still kind of together, but as you go to separate, you kind of look across the street, and you see somebody wearing like a big brimmed fedora with like the classic like overcoat with the collar up, like notice you looking at them and dive into an alleyway.
Ooh, one moment, ladies, and he's gonna sprint after it.
Renard
She's just gonna be like standing there with Proxy as she was like getting ready to leave, and just kind of be like, "Do you want to come see Otto?" What?
You know what? I'm gonna go see to make sure he's not getting into trouble. You go see Otto. I'm pretty sure it'll be less whatever the fuck is going on over there. Sugar Proxy will go after Renard.
Okay.
She's not well, she's actually got very high dexterity, so she should be okay.
Yeah. Rosary's like, alright, and just kind of leaves you guys to it and heads towards Otto's.
Alright. So you make your way towards Otto's. Krim, Proxy, you dash after Smoker.
Yes. Yep.
Alright. Alright, so and you're moving pretty well, Smoker?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would even
I was
try to
supposed to
throw
move
some
pretty
stealth if he's not that far away. But
Well, he's already got an entire
he's got a
street
lead on
length
me.
on you,
Yeah.
So are you running?
Yeah, he's running.
Okay. So you take off across the street. Proxy's not far behind you. You dive into the alleyway. It's very dark, covered with refuse and snow. Up ahead, you see where it opens up into the next street over. And you see the figure of this person kind of dive out and take a right.
I'm gonna look behind me, make sure Roxy's following, and then I'm gonna do a right after him.
All right.
Yep. She is following, unfortunately for her. Because her movement is 58. She's not like the best at running.
I mean, I'm 65, so.
All right. So give me another percentile roll as you exit the alleyway.
Is that for both of us?
Yeah. You've lost him. He's managed to blend into the crowd. He, she, they, whoever they were.
Proxy's just like, she puts her fucking hands on her knees, and she kind of like just goes, "Why were you chasing after a random guy?"
He started running as soon as we saw him. As soon as that. He started back.
That's great.
He started running as soon as he spotted me spotting him. That's unusual, wouldn't you say?
Maybe, but like, do we really have time to be chasing after people?
What else? What do you think our work is?
Going to find clues.
He was likely a clue. Perhaps not one we want, but one that exists.
Proxy is gonna look around and see if she can find a vacant car.
Nothing here. It's actually a little busier than the street you were on. So, like, hopping a car here might get you...
Arrested.
Yeah, you might get spotted.
Getaway driving.
So, as you guys are...
Maybe she'll just hail down a cab at this point. Like,
just get a cab?
There's one, yeah.
Yeah, you have no
Yeah.
problem getting a cab if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, might as well just get a cab. We'll steal a car later. It's fine.
Okay.
Maybe
It's
we'll
always
just
time to
use
steal a
it.
car.
So you guys are hailing a cab. Rosary, it doesn't take you very long to walk the 2 blocks. And you get to the department that you told them to go to in the directions. You see the car parked outside.
I don't know enough about Germany What are their fire escapes like?
I imagine they're pretty much the same as you might be thinking.
Because she's trying to deduce, like, okay, the car is there. The car is parked. It is not idling anymore.
No, it is definitely parked and turned off.
I think she's gonna. Okay, so she saw the address. Is it an apartment building? Is it like a house? Like,
No, it's apartments.
it's apartments. And if you look at it, you could tell there is a good amount of apartments and floors.
There's probably about a dozen apartments or so inside, yeah.
Oh God, she's gonna risk it. She's gonna go in the stairwell instead of the fire escape. Because even if she had the address, there's no way, if you've never been inside the building, to decide which is where.
That's fair. All right, so yeah, you go in, you hear like a couple arguing down the hall and your baby crying, and it smells like old musty cigarettes and mildew and cheap beer that's been spilled a dozen times and never cleaned up. The air is kind of smoky. The steps are old. They creak under your feet.
I feel like everything in Berlin at this point just has a layer of smoke.
It's the 80s. Everybody smoked.
Even me.
Yeah. Even me. So yeah, the steps creak under your feet, and you make your way up to, because the apartment that was listed, it was 4B. You make your way up to the 4th floor. It's arduous, but nobody messes with you the whole way up. You actually don't see another living soul outside of their apartments. But you get up to the 4th floor, and you see apartment B there.
She's gonna approach very slowly.
Okay.
Would she hear anything as she gets closer?
You can hear Olga inside fussing over something, and Otto kind of grumbling under his breath in a third voice.
Is there somebody besides Carl, Olga, and Otto there?
No, just those are the three. You hear 3 voices.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's gonna try to listen a bit through the door.
You're gonna listen to the door.
Yeah.
The door doesn't have a lot to say.
Well, what the heck?
So you listen. You put your ear up to it, and classic surveillance tactic. Get the cup. No, you're listening in, and it sounds like Olga's fussing over Otto, telling him that he doesn't do enough laundry enough, and he hasn't been eating well, and when was the last time he had a good schnitzel, and why is there so much beer in the fridge? Typical mom stuff.
Why is there so much beer in the fridge?
Why is there so much beer in the fridge? And all the apartments are occupied.
As far as you can tell, I mean, it's hard to say.
Well, instead of crap, she is gonna linger at the door listening for a little bit to see if there's anything, and listen oh, there's no beer in the fridge, and pull back. She doesn't want to leave though. She thinks in her gut there's something going on, even if she can't figure out what it is.
Okay. So you want to stay and survey it?
Yeah, 'cause there's nobody in the hallways. And if they come out, she turns around and pretends she's opening another door. Also, they didn't see her back that much; they just saw her front. So.
Well, I don't know. Carl might have watched her back.
Oh my god. Ah!
So yeah, she's gonna surveil discreetly.
All right. So you're gonna stay and survey for a bit.
Yes.
All right. So we'll skip over to the taxi ride.
Yeah.
Taxi ride. So you flag down a taxi. Like I said, it's relatively easy to flag down a taxi. No problem. You get in. There's a middle-aged East Berliner. He kind of looks over his arm looks over to see that you guys as you get in, nods, goes, Klaus Richter.
Renard.
What?
What's up?
Renard. He's going to speak in a heavy French accent to German. Be like, it's French.
Oh.
Almost Frenglish. It's Francais. Almost.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch? So the taxi itself, once again, it's a Trabant, worn out, smelly, beat up. It's faded blue, and as you get in, you can hear the engine rattling, but it's kind of emblematic of the cars of that time. You smell cigarettes, and the upholstery's got wear and tear and cigarette burns in it. But it is warm inside, so there is that. You hear the radio kind of crackling in and out with snippets of news and political nonsense. He says, "Where are you going?"
I'd give him the address that's close to where we're going, but not exactly.
Yeah. That's what Akira was gonna do, honestly.
Okay. All right.
Anything interesting in town, Kyle?
Oh, well, there's a new schnitzel place that just opened up, and Oktoberfest. Woohoo!
Oktoberfest. Oh my god.
Do you like Oompa music?
Do I like it? No, I love it.
And as he's talking, he's weaving through the streets, and he's driving like this, talking to you guys. He's
At this point, I mean, I think Akira's used to it. It's probably the same shit in London.
probably worse.
Probably worse. So she's comfortable right now.
The London cabbies crash.
Do you know someone named Otto?
I mean, I've got a brother named Otto, and a cousin named Otto, and another cousin named Otto, a dog named Otto. So could
Very popular name in Germany, it seems.
can I get both of you to roll a percentile for me again, please?
Why am I rolling average numbers? Oh, you're
Average is fine. Nothing wrong with
Average.
average.
Renard. Did you figure out how to load your dice or something in Roll20? What's going on?
No. I've been rolling 1d10s this whole
He says
time.
suspiciously no.
Those aren't 1d10.
So, well, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't notice this, but you do. As you begin to move through the streets and take a couple turns, Renard, your razor-sharp senses notice that an unmarked black sedan is trailing you.
Oh,
It seems to be
damn
trying
it.
to keep a discreet distance, but it's definitely maintaining a steady pursuit.
Was it Klaus? Was that your name?
Yeah.
Could I have you just stop in the street for about 5 minutes?
Trying to start a wreck?
No, we do it safely. Just engine troubles.
I'm not having any engine trouble.
We can. Are you gonna pull out a
Kira just
$50
kind of
bill?
pipes in. Can we just stop for just a second? I'm not feeling very well.
Oh, don't throw up in the cab. So he. Yeah. So
she'll
he pulls over.
Yeah.
The meter's still running.
Of course,
Don't worry
of
about
course.
yeah, of course, no problem. And she kind of just fucking rolls the window down because there's no power.
Squeak, squeak,
Roll
squeak,
the-
squeak, squeak, squeak.
It probably gets stuck in the middle. Can't roll it down anymore. She goes, whatever. She'll kind of peek her head out as she's looking she's just trying to get the fresh air and not be sick. And she's kind of looking around because she realizes that Renard probably asked him to stop for a reason. So she's kind of looking.
And Renard's keeping an eye on that sedan to see what it's going to do.
The sedan pulled off as you pulled over.
No.
Is the car still running?
Mm-hmm.
Akira will pull her head back in as she sees this fucking unmarked black sedan
Yeah.
pulling up behind them pretty well, and she kind of looks to Renard.
Well, the sedan pulled off when the car pulled over. It actually pulled off and turned.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't locus yet. Then I'm gonna say,
Yeah,
okay, I think we are good now, Klaus. Let's hit the gas a little bit. Let's
Like,
go fast.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. She rolls the fucking window back up. It takes her a little bit because it's fucking old.
I can do fast. Have you ever heard of the Autobahn? Ha ha! And he kind of pushes the pedal in a little bit.
To be fair, again, Akira looks completely unfazed despite saying that she was like sick.
Alright.
She is in her fucking element. So this is
Well, so you
cab
guys
driving in London.
you guys take off. Once again, back on track. Rosary. So far, nothing has happened. No new news, no new noises. Nobody's come up. You can still hear Olga fussing. You can still hear Klaus telling her to stop, and you still hear Otto whining and complaining that he's being fussed at.
It literally was just a family. Okay. You're muted, Muse.
Yes.
This is why she sucks at surveying. So her gut says otherwise, but they have limited time. Like it's limited time to do other stuff. So she's gonna start to walk back down the stairs. Don't, Church. I'm always afraid you're gonna be like, "It's just on fire!" Like,
And the house explodes.
yeah. And if she doesn't hear anything coming from the door or any changes, she's gonna continue to walk down the stairs. She'll, like, nonchalantly, and she will continue to go that direction, assuming no weird people pop up in the hallway or anything like that.
Nobody gets in her way at all.
Okay. She's gonna try to break into the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any skills that would aid you in this?
Oh, really? I don't know. She has a ton of education. She has stealth of 2. She has chem, engineering, maths, physics, a ton of that stuff. I don't know if that would help.
Engineering would help with
yeah.
locking the door. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll let you do engineering. It won't be hard to get into the car because they're ratty and old. You could probably just take the window and just do this and it'd go down.
Yeah. Is anybody got a hanger?
Exactly. As far as hot wiring, it's where we'll need the engineering.
Okay. What do I have to try to roll to get that done?
You have to roll under your engineering score.
Tell me how to do that again, because when you
Percentile.
put the points in, there's different. Oh, but it's really low.
What is
How do
it?
My engineering is a 2. You can do 2, 4, 6. It's a 2.
Oh, I think you add plus 50 to it.
Well, it's plus
Okay.
whatever skills associated with it, and then having 2, I think, gives you plus 5 each point or plus 10. It depends.
It's plus 5, so it'd be
Plus
plus 10
Plus 10.
in total
Oh.
if you have 2. So I would assume that would be an intelligence.
No. Yeah,
So
intelligence.
It would also
you have to
suit, though.
roll under whatever your intelligence score is.
Plus
Oh.
the bonus.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
No,
Everybody
you're
has
good.
to stop.
You got this.
Of course not. I wish I had a Benny right now.
Yeah. A Benny, yeah. So
Yeah.
You're struggling. You've ripped the dash panel open and there's wires hanging out and you've got things that are sparking, but you hear one of them, you tap them together and it just goes, "Honk!" And you're like, "Oh, jeez."
Right.
Oh,
Right.
oh. Sorry, the visual just.
Did she just like kill the car?
No, you just set off the horn for a second.
Oh. Oh no. Awesome.
Do you want to keep trying?
Yes.
I'll let
Yes,
you,
she
I'll let
does,
you have another
especially-
chance.
Oh gosh. Thank you. I'm gonna do it worse.
This will be amazing. 65. What's your score at?
Oh, are you kidding me? I think I'm just above it. It's intelligence?
It would be,
Yeah.
Intelligence plus 10.
Yeah, so I'm like 4 points over. I hate my life right now.
So yeah,
Oh, why?
Oh, no.
so you've got the right wires in hand now. Like you're tapping them together, and you hear the engine trying to turn over and sputtering. But it's an old ratty car, and it's just not igniting. As you're making your second attempt, you look up and you see Klaus coming down the stairs through the window of the doorway into the hall that leads outward.
You got one more try, come on.
You got one more try, or you can bolt for it. It's up to you.
Oh,
One
she's
more
gonna
try.
try. This guy likes her boobs, so she always has that to fall back on.
This is
Oh,
or
I
Wouldn't that be fall forward on?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it roars to life just as Klaus reaches the door, and you see him kind of. Huh?
Those windows are tinted, you said.
Yeah,
not
that's
the
why
front
he
one.
just-
not the windshield.
Fair.
So she waves.
Oh,
No, she doesn't. I meant the front window. She doesn't do anything. She tries to act like she doesn't know him and just drives.
So yes,
drive away, bitch. Drive away.
you have a Trabant.
Drop it like it's hot.
The-
So she is now driving to meet them,
okay.
and Otto's gonna get killed. We know it. So
It's fine. It's
Which Otto? We've found many of them so far.
yeah.
Yes, so she's just, like,
three
driving on the way
cousins
to
and a
that.
dog.
So
And all these automobile.
they're gonna be there fast regardless. First because their cab driver is driving like it's the Autobahn. So
Yeah, their cab driver is clinically insane, and I love it. Their sanity stat is like low.
I mean, he's called Klaus.
So, Rosary, could you give me a percentile roll, please?
Oh my god, another fucking black sedan.
15. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
So you're cruising along, and you actually are doing pretty good. Like your knowledge of the city and your keen direction sense is kicking in, and you're navigating like shortcuts and around traffic jams and places that you kind of remember. Traffic was always bad here, and wouldn't you know it, you come up alongside a cab and look over just as Smoker and Proxy look over, and you guys see each other.
Proxy just goes like the peace sign, just like. Stop.
she's actually going to like. I mean, if they're smart, she's going to try to pull off so they could get out of the cab and join her.
Yeah, you know what? Proxy just goes, hey, you know what? Just drop us off here. We'll pay you for the time, whatever.
All right.
This is close enough.
That'll be 5 million Deutschmarks.
Yeah.
Do you take
Whatever
American
the
money?
reasonable amount is owed.
No,
Plus
I don't remember what the rate is for 1984 between
No?
dollars
Yes.
and Deutschmarks. But no,
Well,
it's a fair amount. It's a fair amount.
Yeah. She gives him a tip too, just because he was driving like a fucking maniac.
And he stopped.
Yeah, and he did what they wanted. So yeah, so she gets out and then she kind of like clambers into the front seat of the sedan.
All right.
'Cause she called shotgun without calling shotgun.
All right.
Fine with Smoker.
Smoker.
Rose, I see your trip went well.
I'm gonna be honest. We don't know each other very well. But I'm sure somebody's better at driving than me. Because she might be good at navigating. She has no driving skills.
If you
Only
tell me
got
where
that
to
one.
go,
You know what? Proxy's just gonna like tap the seat that she's sitting in and get out, and she's gonna go, you know what? You're the navigator. You sit here. I'm hoping Smoking knows how to bloody drive. I'm gonna be in the back.
I
She's
do
just
know how to drive.
kind of like goes in between the seats and just like flips backwards.
As he's
in the
switching
boot.
seats around, Smoker would look around, make sure there's no car idling nearby.
Nice. All right. No.
No?
Not
Okay.
at the moment.
He's gonna get in the driver's seat, and it's gonna let Rose know we were followed for a little bit, but stopping by the side of the road usually gets a tail off your back, because they can either stop with you and become very obvious, so they keep going and lose you.
So she's kind of like giving him directions like, okay, let me get this straight. You ran after someone, ended up in a cab, lost somebody else, and now you're here.
Well, they were
Sounds
following
alright.
us. We didn't want to.
Yeah.
They lost us. We didn't lose them.
Right. Okay.
That or they just tried to go around the block and then they came back around and nobody was there. So
This is like, she gives like, Renard like a not impressed face.
And what did you do during this time?
Oh, a lot.
Did you learn anything important?
I got you a car.
It's hard to argue with facts.
Did you know it is
Yeah.
stolen?
she's just like, Proxy's like looking out like in the front like to see the hot wire work. She's like, oh nice, hey, not bad.
If they know it is stolen, well, we can't use it for very long. The police will be on the back.
It's not marked. You'll be fine.
We're fine. I think Carl saw me as I drove away. He may be discouraged, but he's probably excited I'm driving his car.
I bet Olga isn't.
She kind of hits. Smoker in the back of the head a little bit.
Stop
I
it.
bet Olga
I'm
isn't.
driving here.
Yeah, well, you can drive and still get hit in the back of the head. Go on.
I'm waiting for him to be like, I will pull this car over.
I will turn this car around.
If he starts spanking you guys, this is going to be a whole different scenario.
Whoa!
Is that in his psychological?
That's a terrible idea. Proxy likes that.
Yeah, we're not doing James Bond here. This is more Man from Uncle.
The better alternative. It's a
So
good movie, and I'm sad there's not a follow-up.
So, I tell you what, give me guys one more percentile roll, if you would, please.
Sorry, give another percentile roll.
Yes, please.
Okie
Bernard.
dokie.
Bernard.
I swear I'm not rolling.
Fuck.
You can see it's 1d100. You can
What
see
the
it.
fuck is happening? I suck. She can't fucking see anything. She's not deaf. She's blind.
I do
Well,
have surveillance,
just-
which I think is also counter surveillance. So.
I'm just glad that, Smoker's driving with a roll like that. And she said, like, hey.
You guys are just admiring the scenery. It's Berlin. It's beautiful.
I mean, yeah.
So,
1984, yes.
as far as Smoker, though, in the rear view mirror, we'll say this is why you're catching it, because you got the rear view mirrors. You see that black sedan pull up out of a turn and kind of get in line a couple cars back from you. And you got a good look at it, especially with that roll. It's a 1981 BMW 320i. It's not a bad little compact German sedan. It's gonna outmaneuver this car if you get into a chase. You can tell.
You know what we can do, and if he points it out, Proxy will probably
Yeah.
suggest it.
He would be like, "Oh, the car is following us again. Should we try to follow them this time, Madame Rose?"
Proxy just kind of like leans up in the front. She's like, hey, you know what? Just go around the block. Just turn right 4 times. If they're still following us after all that, maybe it's time we try and follow them.
Yeah, can I do that?
We
It's
go
not
right
as good
4
as my kick of
times, you know it's
stopping.
square, right?
Yeah,
That's
I
the
know.
plan. If they keep
Okay.
following us, then they're clearly following us, which
Good
obviously
luck.
they are. It is the same
Yeah,
car as
because
earlier.
We're literally going nowhere.
Is
If
it-
you
He's
go
gonna
right
try
4
to
times.
direct them in a square in Berlin. Look at that map, guys.
There's probably like a block.
Just direct us. It's fine.
So you can turn right 4 times.
Berlin was built before the concept of grid cities. That's more of an American thing.
Yeah, we can still turn right 4 times. We'll eventually make it back.
It's either going to
Around.
be a square NASCAR or you'll be lost. One of the two.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well-
we got Rose for that. Rosary.
That's
Yeah,
for
she's
sure.
our navigator. Anyway, turn right 4 times. There's likely gonna be where they are. There's likely gonna be 4 right turns somewhere
Okay.
that
No,
leads you back.
no, I get what you're trying to do. That's fine. So you guys
Dynamites if we put that.
start trying to make sure they're following you, basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
So as you make the 3rd turn, the car kind of begins to speed up and get closer, weaves through a couple other cars until it's like right on your tail. And you can see like there's a few people inside.
Can I see their faces?
They're hard to make out.
Oh, we got the tinted windows except for the windshield.
Yeah. It's hard to make out. You can tell that there are 3 individuals in the car. In the car behind you.
Did somebody? Okay.
So my-
was that a honk?
No, my phone was on vibrate. It just buzzed.
At the table.
That would have been
Um,
very thematic.
Yeah, I think Renard's just gonna start braking.
I was, oh my goodness.
Fucking
I-
great.
Unless
Rosary
Rosary
was
has something
gonna be
to
like,
say.
hit the brakes.
So you're just gonna hit the brakes?
Just do like
Maybe
not
passive
hard.
aggressively. Just.
I mean, that's not our car. We don't care. I'm gonna hit the brakes.
All right. Are you hitting them hard? Are you
I'm
trying to
hitting the
like
brakes.
brake? Are you brake checking them basically?
I am basically brake checking them. Yes.
All right. So give me
Surprise, bitch.
a driving roll, please.
All right.
Because
So
these are icy roads.
He's just like, let's.
That'll be a
Oh my
55
God, icy.
that I need to beat. There we go.
Jeez, Renard, cheater.
I have the worst stats of the gang.
So not only do you deftly bring the car to a halt, you actually get it to spin a little bit, just a little bit, so you block the road with the car a bit. It's still at an
Nice.
angle to where you could take off again if you want to, but you've got a more broadside view so everyone can peer out at them if they want to.
Okay.
Roxy
yeah.
is getting her fucking pistol ready. Like she's like getting her revolver all set.
Yeah. The other
Wait.
driver pulls to a
Yeah.
skid as well and stops short of you guys. And you see them kind of frantically talking to each other inside. And then they throw it in reverse and hit the accelerator and begin to peel out backwards as the person in the back seat leans out the window with a pistol and begins to open fire on your car.
Oh,
I would start
God.
driving forward. Yeah,
Here-
to the gas.
Wait a minute. That happened so quick while they're stopped that nobody can do anything.
No, you can. What do you want to do?
I have something I want to do, but I'll let Rosemary go first.
Go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna shoot their tires.
Well, yeah, she was thinking about it, but well, you're driving, so what you do would dictate what Rosary would be able to do. So are you sitting there for a second, or are you moving quickly?
If he has time to open the window, he would try to throw one of his trail bug on the car.
A what? A bomb?
Trail bug. They're
Oh,
little
I thought you
tracker
said a
thingy.
frag bomb. I'm
Frag
like,
bomb.
what?
I do have some dynamites, but I'm not sure if he's throwing that in the middle of this.
Ooh, Proxy could connect that to her equipment, see if she can continue tracking them. That's if they get away, though.
That's if I have time to lower the window.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
If you're lowering the window and
I got a little bug thingy. Ready to throw it.
you throw the bug, after you do that, she's actually gonna put your head down as the other guy is pulling the pistol and pull out hers. Like she's just gonna be like, "Bosh!"
Okay, so
like
I have to
you hear
ask.
the fucking honk.
I do have to ask though, just because there are rules specific to this. Where is your gun?
her gun is always in her pocket.
What kind of pocket? Like a pants
Like-
pocket? Or-
No, it's in her jacket.
Okay. Like
So,
an
like-
inside pocket.
So
or
there's
hand
a
pocket?
rosary in one side, and usually she's very close to her gun because
Okay.
it's a 22.
Okay.
So
No,
it's not like a
that's
huge
fine.
gun.
I have to ask because you guys don't generally walk around with like guns and holsters on your side or anything that kind of
No.
blow your cover generally.
But that's why she has a smaller gun.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Just so we know. So
Okay.
yeah, so are you rolling the window down, Smoker?
Yes.
Okay, so that's gonna take a minute. Squeak, 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 squeak. So yeah,
like
so yeah, they're gonna start peeling out, and they're getting a little. Let me make a drive roll for them real quick. Yeah, they're getting some like peeling out and skidding. It's icy, like I said. So you see the car kind of swerving and shaking as the woman in the back seat leans out, and she's kind of doing this with her pistol, trying to get a bead on you, and she'll pop a round off. Not very well. Well, that's not terrible.
It's not good enough.
Yeah, because of the negatives she's getting. So it actually hits the window you're rolling down and shatters it, but doesn't hit any of you.
Oh, great. Awesome.
So smash! Glass goes flying in your face.
Yes.
Ow.
Yes.
Owie.
So make your throw.
Yes.
Eat.
Hopefully, I don't miss. I do miss.
I was gonna say you have a penalty on that one because it's a moving target.
Even with that, I would
Damn,
not have.
I could have thrown it, dude.
That's
I have so high of a dexterity.
So
Do you have the throwing skill though?
No, I don't have a throwing skill, but I have a high dexterity.
I
should
mean,
be
it was probably
okay.
half is the thing.
So
That's fine.
as you do that, Rosary just kind of grabs you by the back of your head and pushes your head down. This is getting weird again, and then leans over you with her gun. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it would happen quick. Like the glass shatters, he'd be half throwing something. As the glass shatters, she'd be like, it happens like fluidly, even though we're talking slow.
Yeah.
So then she's gonna aim her gun and fire back.
Go ahead. Yeah,
I don't know what I'm supposed to roll.
You should have a pistol skill, I believe.
Unless you didn't get one of those.
No, I have basic firearms. I
Okay.
do.
Yeah. So
I made sure to put that because she has that
yeah,
thing.
that's
Pistol
fine.
specific.
It's going to be a minus 25 penalty.
Against my what?
Your pistol skill or your handgun skill.
Maybe I did my skills wrong.
Basic firearm gives you, I think, half of your dexterity.
That's what I need to know. Okay, half of your dexterity. So
If
basic
you're getting
firearm.
minus 25 on that, then that might be very, very low.
It is very low, but I'm still gonna try it.
Yeah, do it.
So it's super low. What do I roll like the D100 still?
Uh-huh.
Is that what I'm?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Keep in
All
mind
right,
this
so-
game does have critical hits and failures still too.
Oh, great. So. Oh.
Oh.
Like this one.
Nice.
Wow. That is actually a lucky
Listen.
break.
Listen, I've been throwing bat all night, but when it comes to shooting, that's all I care about.
This is actually a lucky break. So, what's the damage on your gun? Do you know?
Yeah, I didn't know.
I think I have to roll additionally. It's 1d6.
Is that it, or is it?
So, the damage is 1d6, and then the range is 20, 60, 200. So do I roll the 1d6? Like, is that the same?
Or actually, here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Roll a d10.
I'm gonna do really bad now.
It's fine. That's just deciding where you're going to shoot at it.
7.
7. Okay. So the woman that's leaning out, you actually shot her in the hand. And
Nice.
her pistol goes flying, and she kind of, screams out in another language, and like glares at you as she ducks her head back in, and the car starts to kind of right itself. And
What
begin to peel
language
out.
did she scream in?
She is. I actually have stats for all. It was Russian.
Oh, she may not have known what she said. She knows it's Russian at the very least.
Yes, it was Russian, and it was definitely a cuss word.
Oh, that she got.
Everyone knows the cuss words. I would say at level 0, you know the cuss words.
So they're gone, and I'm
they're
assuming.
peeling away right now.
Can we just take a moment and recognize how badass Viridian looks right now? Boom!
Yeah, you
That'd be pretty
still
cool.
got Reynard's head pressed down.
Oh, yeah, she's gonna let his head up and like take her gun down and be like, sorry about it.
Time to peel off, yes? And he's going to start hitting the gas.
All right. So yeah, you take off once more.
Unless you guys wanted to meet those people. But
Let's just go.
I assume they are the third party, but perhaps not.
All right.
This is gonna sound weird, not to make things more uncomfortable, but as he's like sitting up, she would try to, like, if there's glass on him, like get it off, like his shoulders and stuff. Like he
Pick
did
it out
have
of his
glass all
hair.
over him. Very nothing crazy, but like you would for a comrade. She's not like baby bird feeding him.
Picking glass out of his hair.
A lot of asterisks to those actions. Okay.
She's just like, yeah, I'm just over here like, they're gonna ship those two, right?
I should point out, Smoker does have a wedding ring.
Poor Smoker.
That hasn't stopped fans before. It won't stop them now.
Well, he was in her lap and didn't say anything. Okay. No, but I mean, she's really not doing it for that. Like,
I
it
know.
literally.
I'm teasing.
No, he's all like, he has a wedding band. You know what? Choke on it.
Oh, wow.
I've got a rosary.
That's true.
And she Proxy in the back is like, I have a gun.
I have a crippling addiction to video games.
Crippling addiction to video games and caffeine.
Talking about crippling addiction, he's gonna take a cigarette out and light it up.
So, you guys pull along the streets, moving along to the other side of Alexanderplatz, the big plaza you were dropped off at. It's a pretty big area. In fact, you can kind of see it. Alexanderplatz is actually, if the one on your map here,
yeah,
it's real small. I know you gotta zoom in.
You
You're
can zoom in.
gone to the 2. So you haven't really gone terribly far, although this is a pretty big city. And there are little windy roads. This is just the main thoroughfares, and this is mainly for visual.
Wow.
So, the compromised safe house is actually concealed within a narrow cobblestone-lined alleyway near Alexanderplatz, which is actually kind of the heart of the urban landscape of Berlin. As you approach the area, there is a unique ambiance to it. Like, you hear kind of faint echoes of shouts and traffic and beeps and honks. There's a lot of kind of people wandering, maybe some homeless people here and there, kind of hiding out in alleyways and whatnot. However, being this close to Alexanderplatz, there's this weird dichotomy that happens, because you can also at the same time smell like the scent of freshly baked pastries from the bakeries nearby, and you know there's still this kind of almost pleasant, like crisp October air, and you can still see the
Isn't
imposing.
it nighttime?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You can still see the imposing Fürstenturm, the big TV tower, in the distance, still casting that ever watchful shadow. It appears unremarkable at first glance. Like, you've been told pretty much where the safe house is, right? You have the location. It's a modest 3-story building. Its facade kind of just blends seamlessly in with the neighboring structures. And you guys making jokes. Today I'm good, Crystal.
No.
It's a
I'm also
German
taking
bakery.
notes.
It's a German bakery. They have bear claws. No,
no beef.
they have it's a modest 3-story building. It blends seamlessly with the neighboring structures. You see the weathered posters from various like political rallies, kind of peeling and hanging off the walls. Above the entrance, as you kind of do a slow drive-by, unless you just want to pull up and park in front of it.
No, we'll drive past it first.
Okay, you're welcome to. There, you do see a sign that in German says Gasthaus der Frechheit.
What?
You don't need to translate that. We all got it.
Those of you who do understand German would recognize that this says the guest house of freedom, which is an ironic, perhaps veiled joke because of the nature of the building. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah.
You kind of do a slow drive-by. Imagine trying
Yeah,
to
maybe
too
loop
obvious.
one more time just in case, and then park a little bit far away from it.
Give
Yeah,
me those-
she's-
Parked a little ways away.
Yeah,
Maybe, like,
yeah.
hot wire it off somehow.
You just, you know, let her try to hotwire it again. It will be fine. It will break down.
just take take one foot off the clutch and
And
it'll
it
die.
just stalls. Fine.
Give me those percentage rolls again, please.
Let's go. I'm gonna roll high. What the fuck? The
Um,
one time I don't want to roll high and I do. What the shit is this? What is this? Can I roll 2d10? Would that make it better?
No, you're good. You're good. So
you try.
you do a loop and you kind of pull off a little bit. Let the car kind of putter out and park. And you guys are just sitting in the car now. I'll say maybe you're a block away from the house. You don't see any traffic at the moment. There's no foot traffic either. The windows are kind of dark.
Okay.
Time to go in, I guess.
Das ist up to you.
It's role playing. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what?
I mean,
Something I should do before we do all this. The smoker's gonna
Another
take out
cigarette?
some walkie-talkies and give one.
Oh
to
my god, I'm
everybody.
so glad you didn't say he was going to take off his wedding ring. I was like, I quit.
And if you go to a bar, maybe.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh. Okay.
He's French, guys.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as cheating in French.
He's in a different
Yeah.
country. It doesn't count.
I apologize, Cupcake, for everything we've said tonight about the French, and we'll continue to say every week.
Je suis désolé pour mon accent. C'est très forcé. C'est.
Are we gonna get banned for that?
No, I was just saying sorry for the accent.
I mean, she said she was a prostitute like 3 times. I think we're good. I think we're good. So once they park the car, she's gonna get out of the car and obviously make sure there's no glass on her either. And she's gonna ask, like, give Proxy a look over and be like, "Are you okay? Didn't any of the glass hit you?"
Praxis just goes, I think I'm good. I was gonna pull out my gun, but you got it out quicker than I did.
That was a nice
Also-
shot, I have to admit.
Also, you got a nice open window, so to speak. I was still rolling down mine.
Squeak, squeak,
I
squeak,
s-
squeak.
I suppose it was a better shot than your throw. And she just kind of like walks by him, like,
High five, Proxy.
yeah, they get the girls fucking high five, Julie. You know, it's like
Thank
the
you, Willis,
short
for
girls.
really helping festering this teamwork.
Oh yeah, don't forget to mark your tracking device off too. It's still.
I
laying
did
on the
remove
road.
one.
Although, I mean,
I did
it is a tracking device. It's not lost. You could find it again.
Well, I'm also just thinking we could probably get some more, and you know, with Sterling and Donovan, they probably have some. You know. I'm looking at my shit. Like I should have got like 100 of these.
Just like little tiny bugs. That would have been perfect. I should have got.
I have all this other money. Yeah. Oh,
so
Go
like
ahead.
the building you said, like the windows are drawn and stuff like that. And it says the guest house, but is it another kind of like it's big like Otto's apartment type place was?
It's a modest 3-story.
Okay.
It's unremarkable, really. It is in nondescript from the rest of the buildings
Yeah.
on the block. I will say there's some like police tape across the door as you stop and get a good look, and you do see some signs of a damage, like pock marks from bullet holes in the wall, that type of thing.
Yeah, she's gonna pull out her bug sweeper as they enter the building.
Okay. And you guys
Yes.
are going in?
yeah, Smoker's gonna go in first because he's the dude.
Because he's the dude.
Yeah. And if we want to lose somebody, we want him shot first. So me and
That's-
Proxy.
Got all this stuff
Yeah.
now, so you know, it'd be
Oh, cupcake! That was so sweet. Inond.
Oh, your accent is on point. Aw.
It's better than mine would be. So.
I've been practicing it all week.
So, you step inside the safe house, and the first thing you see, as you kind of push the door open, it creaks, and the light from outside spills inside, and you see a dimly lit foyer as you come inside. There's a winding staircase that leads upward to the upper floors, and right here the air is thick with the scent of old musty books and aged wood, but the only audible sound you hear is the gentle creak of the well-worn floorboards as you enter. The interior of the foyer is extremely sparse as far as furnishings go. There's not much here, but it is just a foyer, and it looks like the foyer is not really attached to anything else on this floor. And the stairway probably leads up to the actual apartments.
Are you just ready to go?
He was in front of us, so I was
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
let's
waiting.
keep going. I'm just sorry. I was writing down how it looks, and trying to think if there was anything else we could do. But yeah, he's gonna go up
Aw, you're a note taker. That's awesome.
the stairs. Yes, if you take
So-
all the notes.
Upstairs we go. Oh, wrong thing. You probably can't see anything, can you?
It's very dark.
I'm like zoomed in all the way, so no.
No, don't worry. I haven't moved you guys out yet. You're good.
Meanwhile, Renard's gonna light up a
Sweet.
Oh, it's not.
little match.
Okay. Okay.
So, here we go. Here you go.
Oh my goodness.
Did that work?
That's for me.
There it was. All right. So, real quick, I'm gonna give you guys some.
I can't see any of that on my screen. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. You
We're not
won't.
there yet.
You won't be able to just yet.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
This is my bad. I should have done this sooner.
No, that's okay. I was like, great. My computer's messing up again. I wonder if I still see my picture.
No, it's not you guys. So, like I said, you come up from the stairs and you're immediately in a small kind of entryway to the main apartment. It's a short kind of hallway. You can feel the carpeting underneath your feet. Let me know if you can see things here.
Nope.
So some of it's blacked out, correct?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there is dynamic lighting going.
Okay.
Yep.
So, I'm going to do one more thing here.
Is the door open already?
Oh, we're hot. Look at us.
Let's see. I forget, what is the hit points or whatever? You guys have hit points, right?
Actually,
Well,
don't know about
ooh,
that
it's-
one.
The hit points is like per body part.
That's right. So that won't, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm being an idiot. So, as I
You're
said, I believe there should be some light in here.
Yeah.
So you guys can kind of see the hallway, the little entryway that you're in, the windows around, as well as the single set of double doors that lead into the main apartment itself. The air in here is, once again, it's kind of thick and stale. One thing you do notice standing out is the scent of both gunpowder and the scent of copper, like blood.
First thing
Just in
Bernard would do
case-
is...
Oh, sorry.
Hmm?
Go ahead. Sorry about that.
First thing he would do is just go through a window, look outside, make sure nobody's out there.
All right, make a roll. Let's see what you see.
Oh no.
You see that it has just started lightly snowing.
You see this now?
Beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It is, but it's only October. But once again, as I said, you will see that there is damage here. As your eyes adjust to the dim light, you begin to see like bullet holes in the wall and scrapes on the floor. Damage of an obvious, probably pretty intense firefight that has occurred here.
Just in case you guys missed it at our last altercation, the woman cursed at me in Russian,
Is that what that
Which-
was?
which is
Two.
Russian is out of place.
Mm.
It's not
Yeah.
common stance. And I looked up the stats on that in Google. Like, she's not lying. I did. I looked that up when I wanted to decide what languages I had, which is the top spoken languages. So yeah, just because in case she didn't want to assume that they know many languages or they would know or anything like that. So she said, just in case you missed it, she was speaking Russian.
Okay. That's smart.
Could be Russian spies, it could be this third party we were told of that they would know how to follow us back here if that was the case.
Well,
The house explodes.
Let us go back. Let's go to this house.
All right.
Is the door open?
It is open. You,
Okay,
you should be able to walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can move your tokens. So, as you enter the interior proper, once again, the interior here is also sparsely furnished. As you can see, there's a bit of a mess. Worn armchairs here and there, some old misused beds, and a large table in the center of the room that's just strewn with maps and various papers with all kinds of writing. You still see the evidence of a very violent confrontation throughout this room. Bullet holes mar the walls, there's shattered glass littering the floor here and there. Then the fluorescent lights up above, as well as they kind of flicker every now and then. For the most part, they're off, but every now and then you'll just kind of get this real kind of obnoxious flickering, which will kind of cast these eerie shifting shadows, kind of playing tricks on your eyes. But you definitely see the signs of what had to have been a desperate escape.
Escape from the door, from a window?
Can't really say. There's not enough evidence that would point to any one particular point of egress.
Is there anything that like would stand out that they need to look at? I can't really make out the table. It looks like a rug over here. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one.
Where you?
You're saying there's one with all these maps and stuff?
Right.
Is it
Yes, we're
over?
back over there, but
Okay.
There's a big table in the center of the room here where I'm pinging.
oh, we
Okay.
don't see that because we don't have any light.
Yeah, so that's why when you said it was there, I couldn't see it. I'm sorry.
Well, no, I mean, like I said, it's very dark in here too, so it's
Okay.
supposed to be kind of like that. You can kind of make it out a little bit, and if any of you has a light source, you're welcome to use it.
I mean, I'm sure I have lighters. I can light one up.
Do you want to use your lighter?
Well, I mean, there's lamps around as well. We can just grab one of those.
Well, those are
There's
electric.
also the smell of gunpowder, so just calm down.
Those are electric lamps.
I'm gonna proxy because I didn't realize that there was like no light in here at all. She's gonna pull out her light intensifier goggles that she has, and she's gonna put them on.
Fancy. These are basically night vision goggles, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
In that case, I'm gonna do this properly.
I can't see anything.
There's a couple things.
It's just like real life.
Cool. It's like green. That's neat. The things she can't see are green. Cool. Sick.
Yeah. So yeah, night vision.
All right.
And you want to light
Cool.
your lighter, Reynard? If you do, I'll give you a little light nimbus.
Yeah,
around
give me a
you.
little light. We'll use the lighter up a little bit.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, you
You
should be
only
able
have
to
the
see.
one pair of
You'll see.
goggles,
You'll see
sorry.
my light.
There you should be able to see his light.
Okay. So she's gonna follow because now that she can see, she'll see more of the desk.
Okay. Dynamic lighting is so much fun.
I love the green. It is so cool. Just like, oh yeah, look at that.
Night vision.
That is super cool. Great. Would there anything of interest left there? Like, obviously there's maps and other stuff. Does anything stand out, or is it stuff that's going to need to be sifted through?
Do you want to take time to sift through it? I mean, it's a big pile of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what? He's gonna give you the lighter, and what he's gonna do while you guys are looking at paperwork is look outside for people surveilling the place. Like,
Okay.
Okay, so we're trading the lighter off?
Yes.
All right, let me take care of that real quick. We will give you the lighter. And we will take it away from you. No more lighter for you.
he's got more than one.
Probably. That is.
But never when you need them, right? As a smoker, you have like 12 that you found. Suddenly you need a cigarette. There's none.
Yeah, that's usually how that works.
He has a lot of stuff in his coat pockets.
Probably. So, you're going to look out the window. Give me your rolls to perceive. You guys are digging through the stuff on the table.
Yeah.
All right.
Now that I mean, she's probably just gonna sift, but go between using her goggles and not using them depending on where she needs to look. So.
Okay. Nothing on the table stands out.
Awesome.
For the
I
last-
probably should roll a
it's
percentile.
it's mainly like mundane maps. None of them are written on at all, but they are well used. A lot of them are tourist maps. Some of the books are encyclopedias. Some of them are manuals and textbooks on basic engineering and biology, pathology, and computer programming.
Are the maps all of Germany?
No, there's maps of Berlin, Moscow.
Oh, that makes it
Washington,
more
DC.
interesting.
There's a lot of different
DC.
maps of all over the world, mainly major cities, though, capital cities.
That's interesting.
And you don't see
The
anything,
book about
Bernard.
pathology is also very interesting.
Yeah, you don't see anything, Bernard. By the way, you don't.
I assume so, but he's gonna keep a watch out
Okay.
there.
That's fine.
So, I mean, obviously, between Proxy and Rosary, they're going to figure out that, there's some schemes at capital cities. Like, I mean, obviously put together some of that. Like,
That's fair.
okay, you have maps of capital cities, you have engineering books. Like, oh, gee, I wonder. Like,
Oh. Proxy eventually is just going to wander off because and just look around in the darker spaces where there is no light.
Okay.
To see if she can find anything of note.
All right. Well, go ahead. Give
Like
me
maybe-
a roll to search, please. If you have any skills that would assist you, please feel free to use them.
I'll look and see what skills I have. Let's see. What skills do I have?
please talk like that the entire time. It's amazing.
No, no.
Hey, do your Japanese accent.
I am not doing that. I am too Caucasian for that. No, she's
Is it-
just gonna look around. I don't have any skills, unfortunately.
Okay. No, you can still search though. You just don't have like a advanced skill at it or anything.
Yeah.
Do we have to stay in the same room? Because I know there was an area when they first came in
The foyer.
that I was thinking, yes.
Shouldn't there be a third floor as well?
The staircase downwards, the spiral staircase in the corner.
Yeah. It's
Is
right.
that up or down?
It goes down. You don't see any way up from here. It may just be an attic, though. That is very common and very possible.
And she still has the lighter?
Yeah.
Can she go that way, or do we have to stay in the same area
No, you
for
go wherever you
mapping
like.
purposes? Okay.
Go wherever you like. There is. Are you looking for a way up or a way back down to the foyer?
No, I happened to notice as we came in that this staircase was here.
Yeah, that was
That's
when
where
you
it came
came
up.
up.
So there's nobody else behind us, nothing like that, and it just comes right up like there.
Yeah, that's where it came up.
Okay. Wow, I'm down. So yeah, I just went to check out the staircase, which just came up.
No, that's we'll go ahead and at least make a roll while you're there.
Oh no.
You never know. Maybe you found
Oh, no.
something.
Maybe I rolled really bad.
Maybe you roll
Wait.
really good.
Maybe I don't.
Maybe you
Yeah.
roll average.
You know, you go back and you kind of peer down the stairs, trusting your own senses over Renard's maybe.
I don't know
Go
why she
figure.
would do that. It's not like she's been doing much better than Renard.
That's true. That's true. But no, you
Only when it comes to killing people is she doing better.
Yeah, and
She
The
killed someone's
military
hand.
yeah, you did kill.
I find that
someone's hand.
funny.
But no,
So the
nothing
military
stands out.
man can't place a bug, but the teacher's kid.
He was driving at the time.
Yeah.
No. It was slowed down. Anyways, yeah, so she'll go back out, and just kind of be like, Proxy, have you found anything else? Knowing that they're smart enough to figure out the maps and stuff like that.
Proxy, you were searching over there in that corner. Proxy,
Sorry?
you were searching over there in that corner.
Yeah, I'm basically just searching any kind of like dark spaces.
There's a lot of those, so.
Yeah, essentially. But she's looking in through here. I'm not sure what this is. Over here?
It's a
This is
wall
like a...
with some shelves.
No, I thought... I
there's
was gonna
there's
say, yeah,
shelves.
she's gonna look... Yeah, is there anything on the shelf?
Okay. Well, actually, that shelf right there is it's been ransacked by the looks of it.
Oh.
Most of the
okay.
the books have been kind of pulled off onto the floor. Looking through them, it looks like, for the most part, it's just benign, common, like popular bestsellers, mostly fiction.
Okay.
I will say that what stands out is that most of the books show little to no wear whatsoever, as if they've either never been read or they were read and the reader was meticulously careful not to bend or break the spines of the book.
So the former is more likely. Got it. Cool. Is there any book that isn't just thrown off of the shelf?
Go ahead and make a roll. Let's see if you can find something.
23.
23. Okay. Under the pile of fallen books that's scattered across the floor there, in front of this kind of ratty old inexpensive wooden shelf, you do find one book that shows a great deal of wear, which of course makes it stand out from the others. The name of the book is The Shadow Code, Unraveling the Enigma.
To be
You don't
fair,
pick
that's
that one
probably
up?
the first. Yeah, that was probably. Oh, it says code on it. That was one of the first books she saw.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she gonna pick it up.
Okay.
And kind of like go into the light, because I don't think reading books with with dark vision goggles is gonna help.
All right.
So she's gonna pull her goggles up and kind of like read it in this this light here.
Okay. So you open up the book, and it's a book on the Enigma cipher, if you're familiar with it.
I'm not, but I'm assuming Proxy probably would be.
Probably.
I was like, you're not, but you're proxy. Oh, wait a minute.
It's the very famous World War II encryption device.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're browsing through the book, or?
Yeah. Well, yeah. She's like kind of like skimming it a
Okay.
little bit to see if there's any like anything notable aside from like encryption stuff.
Well, flipping through, you do notice that on the back cover, on the inside back cover, is a scrawled message, and written in some type of code.
Oh, I see. Okay. Is it? It's not in any specific language.
Not that you'd recognize, no.
Cool. So it's more like, it's definitely like an encryption key then. Or it
Possibly.
looks like it.
Possibly.
Could I try and decipher it?
Do you have any skills that allow you to code break?
She has both computer mechanics and electronics. She can code break, at least on that front. But as far as like encryption
Hey.
goes, but
I do have cryptography as a skill.
ooh,
Really?
Oh, nice.
He was in the army. You know?
That's fair.
Yeah, but he can't shoot a gun, so.
He hasn't shot a gun yet. Give me a chance.
Well, he can't throw
threw
anything,
something.
so.
Yeah, he can't throw anything. That's different. She's
I gotta throw something at you.
kind of like she's gonna slam the book down on the table. Just like to get everyone's attention.
Okay, go.
And she's gonna go, does anyone know how to decrypt a code? I could try, but
It depends on the code, and I'm sure I can try to figure it out.
she hands him the book and kind of like flips to the back where the encryption key is.
He lights a
Now this-
cigarette.
Don't get ash on it.
I know what I'm doing.
No, you don't.
I've been smoking since I was a young boy. Okay, I have to
Probably.
try to beat a 50, because I'm not very smart. So let's see.
Oh my god. Oh, you're fine.
25. Okay. Ironically, it actually is using the Enigma cipher code.
I would assume so.
And all it says,
Oh man, I could have gotten this even if I didn't have encrypt. Okay.
all it says
Asshole.
is the mind's key lies beneath the sentinel's gaze.
Spell mine.
M-I-N-D.
M-I-N-D or M-I-N-E?
M-I-N-D.
Okay.
The-
Okay.
The mind's key lies beneath the sentinel's gaze.
Does anyone speak in riddles? Because Proxy does not.
Anything
So,
in here
did
that
you
could
read
be...
that out loud? I'm sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
the mind's key lies beneath the sentinel's gaze.
G-A-Z.
Didn't we just see that huge TV tower as we were driving in?
We did. He's been pointing out the TV tower a lot. It was in the
I don't
intro and
know,
everything.
I don't know, man.
Listen, I know because when I was listening to him describe next to the picture that huge, like, standing.
It wouldn't be the first time I've thrown a red herring at you, though.
I mean, so her mind is going to go to that has something to do with the Sentinel's gaze.
You mean like Carl and Olga? I mean, we're now going to
You
take a
mean
look
the
around.
guy that outran you in the car you lost after?
I was planning to get lost the car, and it found us again. I'll have you know. And your plan was for us to go away from it. So there.
Yeah. We both suck as spies, I know.
I do my work very well.
Proxy,
I decoded this
goes,
message.
Mom, Dad, stop fighting. Let's just.
Do you know this is
Focus
the
on the
third
back.
campaign somebody said that about my character and another?
Renat would look around the room, see if anything kind of stands out as like a sentinel, like a bust, a statue, something with big eyes.
Well, I mean, there's some busts in the room, but nothing that's standing out.
Nothing
in that regard.
statuesque.
Bed.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
So, all jokes aside, yeah, you go ahead and give me a roll.
Jesus.
Who's giving the roll? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Renard said he wanted to look around.
Oh.
You wanted to
Renard.
look for any breasts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you catch Renard stare. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Renard, you're trying to look around and trying to look cool at the same time, but you have one of those really weird moments where, like, a cigarette ash kind of flicks up and catches a like draft,
Oh.
goes right into your eye.
Oh no!
That's so painful.
I've actually had a cigarette in my eye before. I ran into my mother. When I was a kid, I ran into her cigarette when she was holding it down low, and my dad was like, "This is why I told you not to do that." Yeah, so I feel that. Ew. She kind of like Proxy just kind of like cringes a bit when that happens.
Yeah, Rosary ignores him and looks for other things.
All right, go ahead and make a roll, Rose.
Jeez. That is
Well, I
so
mean,
My rolls
like-
are good enough.
Well, they should be croissants, so no. But
Make a croissant.
but no, she was nice. Like, she cares if he got glass on him and stuff.
That's true.
He was nice.
Oh, so terrible.
All right. So
It's average. It's not bad.
nothing really standing out for you either.
Put the fucking
So-
goggles back on.
Now, you guys have been in here for a little bit now, looking around. The quiet in here is unnerving, especially considering the damage of the place. As I've said before, you know, there was definitely a fight in here. It looks like you're starting to realize it looks like it's been picked through a little bit. And you're starting to wonder if you're safe here entirely. You know it's been compromised, right? I mean, that was already kind of a given. But at the same time, you feel like there's probably something here you're missing. Because you still don't see any way that Cerberus would have escaped unless it was just fought their way out the front door.
Proxy with your red set thing. Can you look at the ceiling and the way up? Should be a third floor here.
She'll she'll just walk out and start sort of like navigating to the stairs to go up or down. Up?
The stairs only go
stairs?
down.
Stairs only go down. Well. Oh, wait, what did you ask? You wanted me to
If
look
there's
up
like a
at the
ceiling
ceiling?
attic thing to open up,
Okay.
like
Yeah, you know what? She's gonna look up and see if there is one. If there not, she's gonna go downstairs.
You don't see anything that leads to the attic in here.
Cool.
Rosary's
she's
gonna start checking bookcases.
Okay.
When in doubt, remember Clue the movie and start checking for secret passageways.
That's what I was looking for earlier,
It
and I was like,
worked for
"Is there
Proxy."
any book that's not on the shelf?"
I knew
and
that.
he was like, "Well, you see this book that's off of the shelf."
So, Proxy, you're going to go downstairs to search for a way
Yes.
out? Okay. So you're
Yeah.
headed downstairs.
I think Renard is trying to see how tough the table looks so he can put a chair on it and just tries to punch through the ceiling or something.
Oh my god. When in
Look.
doubt, just fucking punch through your problems.
Brute force your way through it. He doesn't.
All right. Well, you can certainly try.
I will,
He
maybe.
just takes like a fucking shotgun out of nowhere.
Boom. Rose, go ahead and give me a roll for your search, please.
Oh, come on. You know I'm gonna fail. Why even have me do it? Let's just move on.
Rolls are important.
You
No,
just roll
roll
those
it.
dice right now.
Roll it. Anyway, let's go.
31.
It's not horrible.
No, it's
No.
not.
It's pretty good.
Not bad at all. Where are you searching? Show me.
Let me make
Like what part
It's
of
smaller.
the building?
So I'm going over here to look at this. So there's a couple of places. Do you want me to show where she would search?
Well, we'll start with your first roll. Where was this first roll made?
Right, this area.
Okay, right there.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't even know what's next to her, but it looks shady.
So right here.
Yep.
This piece of furniture right there is an antique wardrobe, like an armoire.
Like, yes, ghost in the closet.
You're kind of looking around and you kind of pull it open and look inside, and you notice it's empty. Like completely empty. There's no hangers on the rack, there's no clothes, there's nothing on the ground in it. You do see some scuffs and a couple bullet holes on the doors where like bullets shattered, just pierced through.
So there's scuffs on the bottom of the closet, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
In like inside the armoire, there's scuffs?
Yeah.
Did she explore it further? Because that doesn't make sense.
Okay. Tell me what you're looking at or for specifically.
So if there's scuffs on the bottom, right? They're like that could either mean somebody was somebody could have been dragged through somewhere, somebody could have ran somewhere. Normally you don't see scuff marks on the bottom of the closet. So
Maybe
she's
the
trying.
closet moves a lot.
Yeah, she's trying. The scuff marks are inside the armoire,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they're inside
So-
the armoire.
So she's looking for a way to either push it forward or like find a button that makes it go to the side. Like she's basically hand crawling around the armoire.
All right. Give me another search roll, please.
Okay. Guys, I don't want to fail.
You got this.
Be fine.
Oh,
Okay. No, you have a bonus on this one.
I do? What do you
I
mean?
guess you just punch through it.
Because you're finger crawling. Like you're looking for something specific.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what you
Shit.
do find is when you push on the back, it gives a little, and you hear what you think is probably a magnetic catch, like a latch of some sort. You don't find a release forward for it though, but you can tell like there's probably a door there.
Yeah. Well, then the first thing she's gonna do is be like, Smoker Proxy, help me figure this out.
Proxy's going downstairs. So.
Yeah, Proxy's dead downstairs.
Okay, well,
Well,
someone come over here and help me.
yes. What did you find?
It seems
right
like-
right here.
Yeah.
That-
It seems like
that-
this
that-
armoire. Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
the armoire
this
is
is
over
the
here.
fireplace. This
Okay.
is the armoire right here.
All right. So if you push on the back of this, it feels like there's a mechanical lock, but I can't find a way to release it. That's what she said to
Do
me.
I have anything I can help with this? Well, this is a bit of a stretch. He's got some sleight of hand, which could come from, I don't know, a past as a magician. Maybe use armoires? Does that work as a skill?
Do you have past as a magician?
He does not.
Okay.
You know what? He's just gonna kick it.
You should try and kick it open.
Yes.
Okay.
He's not much for contraption.
Well, let's do a physical attack roll then.
Oh.
That'd be fun.
Okay, so you slam. You hit it and you feel that kind of shock as it goes through your foot and up into your shin. You kind of jar it, and it's a lot more solid than it seems. Like it hits the magnetic catch and it's just like solid.
We will have to find a different ways of opening this.
There's got to be a way to open it from here. In this room, we have to be missing something.
Well, if this is the mines, then the key would be beneath the Sentinel's gaze.
Do you think the code was for the armoire?
I think perhaps.
Footsteps going downstairs.
Yeah.
I don't.
Give me a roll, Proxy.
Sweet. Let's go.
Okay.
Not terrible.
Not terrible. You still got your goggles on?
I do still have my goggles on.
All right. So as you get about halfway down that spiral staircase,
Goofy ass goggles.
your low light vision actually allows you to pick up flashlights coming from outside, and you hear muffled voices and multiple sets of footsteps actually kind of like moving at a decent pace towards the door.
Is it downstairs?
Huh?
Is the door downstairs or upstairs?
The entry is downstairs. You came in through a foyer
Right.
and then downstairs and then up the stairs.
Okay. I remember now. Well, Proxy's gonna go back upstairs. And kind of just like, scurry with her 5'2" self. Where is everybody? Where did everyone go? Oh, down here. She goes, I saw flashlights downstairs. People are coming up.
If they're
Huge.
coming upstairs, then we need to find how to get through this armoire because we won't make it back downstairs.
She goes, move. Let me see.
She's oddly okay with the other girl her size telling her to move.
Yeah, and she kind of wiggles herself into the armoire to see if she can find a way to unlatch. If there's anything that looks like it could be moved or picked at.
Okay.
If there's a code.
Give me your roll.
Oh, yes.
Oh, for
Oh.
fuck's sakes.
You're
Son of a bitch.
you kind of pick at it and you're picking and pushing and pulling, and then you realize that you're on the wrong side and you're like, oh.
Do you want me to roll again because I'm on the wrong side?
Well, here, tell you what, Renard and Viridian, what are you guys doing while she's searching in the armoire? Anything?
Okay, so we're running out of time and she's searching in it. I'm going to tell somebody, I'm going to be like, someone stand inside of it and we try to close the doors from this way and see if that opens the door on the other side. So like,
Somebody says it's already inside of it.
no, but what I'm saying, we didn't close them in.
I know. Let's do it with Proxy inside.
But like, I'm going to say it out loud. I'm not just going to be like, Proxy! Psh!
When you say it out loud, he would close the door.
Alright, so you shut the door.
Yes.
Proxy, nothing
Thank God
happens.
I have night. Okay.
Except the door latches. The external door latches.
Proxy goes.
Did it work?
She
When
just
in doubt, look for a candlestick
No,
on the wall.
She goes, no, you fucking brick.
Open the door again.
Alright, so you open the door again.
You know what?
And after she says, no, you effing brick, she's like, yeah, Smoker, what were you thinking?
I do
Roll
not
power.
know.
So at this point, you guys hear some mild commotion from downstairs. You can hear people have entered the building and hushed voices.
I'm gonna start looking at windows that might be escape.
Proxy's gonna continue to search for a latch or anything that she can get at.
All right. And what about you, Rosemary? Rosary. Sorry.
That's okay. Is the fireplace lit?
It is not.
Does it look like it's been used recently?
It looks like it's had a lot of use, yeah.
Okay. She's gonna look for somewhere to hide.
Okay.
Like, if there's no way out, so she's gonna look for somewhere to hide.
All right.
I mean,
Shut the door.
technically,
Show me where you want to look.
so she wants to like try to bend down and tuck herself behind there. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's like a kitchen counter, basically. In fact, there's still like...
Yeah, but she's little.
Yeah, you can probably see like there's some bowls and like a carving knife and stuff on it. So you scoot down underneath the kitchen counter.
Yeah.
Like close herself into the armoire,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
just kind of like continue trying to get the other side open.
All right. What about you, Smoker?
He's gonna go look for a place to hide over here.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna hide in bed. Okay.
Probably behind the bookcase here along the wall. Get the light off.
He's like hiding in the bed.
Are you in the bed or under the bed?
No, not even close to the bed. I'm going
You-
behind this
Oh,
like
no,
light.
that's-
Only
bookcase.
only earlier when you said like I'm going this way, so of course I had to be a jerk and make a joke about the bed.
Of course you had.
So you're in the bookshelves over there behind the bookshelf.
Yes.
Okay.
Getting this light off if you can.
So here we go. So
I have stealth. I could roll that.
well, you'll all need to in a minute. But
Oh.
so you hear three distinct voices, speaking in German, all of them, come into the entry hallway. And you can kind of see flashlights moving around for those of you who have a view. And those of you who can see the room, you'll see the lights kind of flash across every now and then. But yeah, you hear three distinct voices, two male and one female, speaking in German and saying things to the effect of, I know I saw them come in here. They tripped the alarm twice already. We have them on the camera. So we know they're still here. They've got to be connected with Cerberus, and somehow there's no way they found their way out. So call for backup. And you hear like the squelch of a radio. And
So they said they think they're with Cerberus, right?
yes.
Yeah, we're with Cerberus, yes.
Oh. That's a tough call.
Agents just like called on the scene, and we were also other agents, and they were like, these are the ones that must be with Cerberus. And we're over here like, they must be the ones that are with Cerberus, and we're just all getting fucking confused.
I mean, it's probably the people who are following us. So.
Fun. Can I roll? See if I can try and get that other side open again.
Sure, go ahead.
Awesome. I'm about to fucking murder somebody. She just falls out of the fucking armoire.
So you're a very little person, Akira, and you're in a cramped space, and you're frantically searching around and trying to be quiet. And as you do, you kind of turn your head sharply to one side, and your night vision goggles, they stick out kind of far. They hit the edge of the armoire and go.
I'll choose her fucking gun on her, I swear to God. Please, I need one more roll.
Yeah. Well, I hope so, because if they try to open that and you're still inside, that makes me feel bad.
So, anybody else want to do anything?
Rosary's considering, after hearing them say they must be with Cerberus, she's considering revealing herself and saying that she's looking for him too. Not doing anything to reveal the other people, but she's considering it. So she's listening, but still hunched behind the counter.
Okay. Smoker?
He's gonna try to sneak, into a spot where he can see out of the window here.
All right, that's
And
a
hide behind this mirror.
yeah,
I
the
believe
full-length
this
mirror
is-
there. Okay. The windows are thick leaded glass with very small, thick wooden frames. So short of actually kicking one out, which would take some effort, you're probably not
A
going
lot
out
of
the
noise.
window.
No.
We're great spies, guys.
All right, so we're gonna do proxy. You want to try again? I'll give you one more try.
Please, if I get 93, I quit. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
So you've been fumbling and panicking, and you're a little nervous. It's understandable. You're a young agent. This is a tense moment. You're in the field, and you're feeling along, and you feel like a rectangular outline in the back, and you realize that this is most likely the point of contact for the magnetic frame. But you also realize that there is no latch, that there must be some type of magnetic key that releases it.
I have an electric lockpick.
Well, no,
If
If it's magnetic, she could disable it.
well, no, this is just a straight magnet. So
Damn.
there's a key that would demagnetize it temporarily, basically.
Can I give her a clue? I have an idea.
But you can't see each other.
I know.
You could yell at her if you want. I don't mind.
I don't know what she's found, so...
Hey, Proxy!
Are the people in the room? They're still downstairs.
No, they're in
No,
the
they're
hallway
not.
outside the door.
On the hallway. Okay.
Let's see what I have.
Rosary's gonna take the hit. She's gonna leave them in there. She knows one's over there. She's going out so that they at least have a time to something. She's coming out into the front hall to meet them.
All right, so you're moving out.
She is.
All right, so you stand up.
Yep.
And you start making
Hold
your
on.
way. So you get to right about there where you're at.
Yep.
And you hear them. There's one of them now! And 3 canisters with a stream of smoke behind them fly into the room and bounce across the floor and swoosh, begin to puff out massive amounts of obscuring smoke.
But the smoke is closest to her, right?
It's filling the room all around you, yeah. And as that happens, you hear them kind of bust into the room and guns cocking as a firefight is about to break out.
Really?
But we'll call it there on a cliffhanger for tonight. As we approach the midnight hour.
Guys, if she gets shot, she did this for you.
I
Thank
don't
you.
know.
Well,
you,
she did it for
Rosary.
proxy.
He did it for proxy.
I've got some bad ideas of where to go from here, so that's great.
So,
Good.
a nice tense place to kind of hang. I hope you guys are enjoying this so far.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm having a
Very
good
nice.
time. I like playing spies. It's a lot of fun. I have a lot more in planned, but you guys are actually doing really good, all things considered.
I'm glad to hear you say so.
Oh yeah. And you've met a couple neat NPCs so far. Excuse me, that I got to play, including my red herrings,
Nice.
which was great. I did not expect for anyone to tail the old German couple to their son's apartment.
That's us, surprising you.
I
We
should
got
have
their
known.
car.
I should have known. I should have actually done a battle map of the apartment. And
No.
that's on me. I should
Go
have-
in, drink all his beer.
But no, you guys are doing good.
I'm sure Otto's the deep cover for Cerberus.
Otto is Cerberus.
Whoa.
Whoa. A lot of neat things to come though, so definitely don't want to miss it. We will be back next Thursday with episode 2 of the Berlin Protocol. You definitely don't want to miss it. We'll be back Wednesday with more Magic Cowboys. That's our crass and crude Wednesday show. You don't want to miss that After Dark shenanigan bonanza. Saturday we'll be back with Cairn. I think World of Cairn this Saturday. And Friday I think we've got Star Wars. I get to play my lovable idiot. It's very much fun. Star Wars. So I do want to thank you guys for playing. Thank you guys who tuned in to watch. Thank you guys who will tune in to watch later. I'm having a blast. I really love this setting. I played it back in the 80s myself. I got the box set when I was a kid and loved it. So this is fun for me, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. So definitely join our Discord. We'll see you guys very much again soon. And as I said earlier, be sure to check on the ones you love. Make sure everybody's okay, because love is where it's at. And with that said, I'm going to try to find somebody to raid when I go to the ending screen, so stay tuned when they, you don't want to miss that, of course. It'll be awesome. Good night. Love you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
I have an ending screen, I swear. Here we go. Bye.